This is Retro Sports Radio. Visit RetroSeasons.com for more sports history.
The Kansas City Royals faced the New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium for Game 3 of the ALCS on October 12, 1976. The best-of-5 series was tied at 1 game apiece. This is the national broadcast of Game 3, featuring announcers Ernie Harwell and Ned Martin.
Inside high one, ball one on John. Cincinnati won their game today from the Phillies in Cincinnati and sweep the National League Championship Series 3 victories to none. Here's the pitch. He swings. There's a drive to left center. It's in for a hit. White comes over to field it. Brett racing for third. The throw will go to second. Man on first. Man on third. One man down. Royals lead 1-0. Mayberry getting his second hit of the playoffs. Moving Brett into third.
You notice, Ernie, how without any hesitation at all, Brett went right on into third base as they ran on Roy White's arm, and they'll do it on Mickey Rivers the same way. And anything hit out there, usually a runner with that play in front of him will kind of wait a minute to see if there's a chance. But there was no sweat at all. He just went on in there, and White threw into second.
Here's Hal McRae now, who finished second to his teammate Brett in the batting race, but is 0 for 7 in the championship series so far. He's had 1 walk. Right-hander against the right-hander. Ellis delivers to a cut in the miss. The slider fooled him. Royals lead it 1-0 in the opening inning. They got a man at first and a man at third. Grant Jackson throwing in the Yankee bullpen, the left-hander. There's a fly ball hit into medium depth right center. Now it's a little shorter. Maddox comes in, makes the catch. Here's Brett heading for home. Here's the throw to the plate to Munson. He slides, and he is safe. Maddox was not too good a throw. A good throw might have picked him off. The Royals now lead it 2-0. Mayberry held it first. It'll be a sacrifice fly off the bat of McRae for the second out, getting Brett home after the catch as he scores from third. Royals still Yanks nothing first inning. Here's Poquette batting 3-3-3. The left-hand batting right fielder was 2 for 6 for the series. And the 3 runs batted in. That's tops on the Kansas City club in that department. He's the left-hand batter, Tom Poquette. He takes the ball. He gets by Munson. There goes Mayberry to second. We'll wait for the scorer's decision on that one. The pitch is a little bit low and toward the inside on the left-hand batter. It is a pass ball. Billy Martin has gone out to the mound now to talk with Ellis and with his catcher Munson. The Royals have jumped in front. They've got a 2-0 lead over the Yankees. Incidentally, the Yankees now have opened up the left field bleachers for the first time since they've reconstructed Yankee Stadium, and that will expand the capacity to about 57,000. The original capacity around 54,000 in this ballpark. But they've opened up those bleachers now in left for the first time. Well, the conference is over at the plate. 1-0 the count on Poquette, man on second base, Mayberry. And the Royals have a 2-0 lead in the very first inning. Third game of the championship series. It's tied right now, 1 victory apiece. Cut and a miss. That was a fastball about belt high from Dock Ellis, the Yankee right-hander. Mayberry with a fair-sized lead off second. Poquette leaning and waiting. Here it comes. He swings a bounty ball to first. Base hit. Inside the bag. Caroms off the seat. In to score easily comes Mayberry. Here's Maddox. He's throw to second. Not in time. He slides in head first. It'll be a double. Maddox went over to play it on the carom, and he slipped a little bit. I believe it would have been a 2-bagger anyway. The official score gives him 2. And it is 3-0 in favor of the Royals.
Tom Poquette grows on you too, Ernie, doesn't he? Didn't play that much against Boston this year, but he comes fully credited with a live bat.
And he's a hard-nosed player, too. He's run into a few fences in his short career and paid the price, but they say he's quite a batter. Here's Frank White, the right-hand batting infielder. Royals lead at 3-0 against Dock Ellis and the Yankees. Here's Ellis' slider. It's outside. White has a 1 hit for 6. Now the set and the pitch, it's a strike on the inside corner. Rivers has played just about every hitter to hit to the opposite side. He's over in right center now, the right hand batting right. Ellis ready, delivers. Here's a swing and a miss on the breaking ball. 1-2, the count on White. 3-0, the Royals in front. Here comes, he takes the ball, checks his swing in time and held off. 2-2, the count on White. Native of Kansas City. Poket leading down our second. Ellis delivers. Here's a ball wide, fastball, low and away. 3-2. Dock Ellis has had a struggle here in the opening inning. He's given up 3 runs and 3 hits. He's issued a walk. Now set. Delivers 3-2. There's a pop-up, good in the inning. It's over near first base. Chambliss is under it. He has it, and the side retires. 3 runs on the 3 hits for the Royals. No Yankee errors. 1 man left. And in the middle of the first inning, Kansas City 3, New York coming to bat.
Time out. Time out for tires. Kelly Springfield tires. Time for you to check the tire prices now featured at Kelly Springfield Auto Service stores and participating dealers. It's a coast-to-coast and border-to-border event featuring radial passenger tires. Also belted 4-ply poly and snow tires in snow areas. Be smart. Take time out. Time out for tires while the selection is at its best. See the tires on display and make your best deal on quality Kelly Springfield tires for your car. There's a size and type that's right for you and your driving. Score big now. Remember, time out for tires at all Kelly Springfield Auto Service stores and participating dealers, as well as many Sunoco and other service stations. Kelly Springfield. Tires that make a world of difference.
CBS Radio Sports is bringing you the play-by-play action in the American League Championship. And there's more to come. The World Series starts October 16th. That's next Saturday. And you'll hear exclusive radio coverage, play-by-play, of the 1976 World Series right here on this CBS Radio Network station. Andy Hassler, the hard-throwing left-hander, goes to work now. His teammates have taken to a 3-0 lead. He'll be facing Mickey Rivers, leading off for the Yankees. Rivers batting 2-2-2 in the series with 2 for 9. The Yankees are tired tonight in their famous pinstripes. They started wearing those pinstripes because their one-time owner, Jacob Rupert, thought that Babe Ruth looked a little too fat, and pinstripes might make him seem thinner. And they've worn them ever since. Mickey Rivers leaning and waiting. He's the speedster. Brett is in close at third base. Hassler about ready to go into action. Hassler with a 5-12 record this year. Didn't have any record against the Yankees, 1 and loss. Here's the pitch outside, ball 1. Outfield to left on the Mickey Rivers. 3-0, the Royals in the lead in the opening inning. Now the windup by the left-hander, the pitch on the way. He takes the ball outside. Oh, the Yankee fans are coming to life a little bit now in the opening inning. Brett in very close. He's about 2 or 3 yards into the inner grass. Inside at third base. Now Hassler, the tall left-hander, kicks and delivers. It's a strike on the inside corner. Mayberry about even with a bag and wide of it over at first base. Leadoff man Rivers waits on a 2-1 delivery. Here it comes. He takes the fastball wide. A 3-1 on Mickey. Hassler says he feels good now, although he's had back trouble. He was hurt when he tried to restrain Don Baylor. You remember in that fracas at Oakland. And he has a poultice on his back to keep him in shape. There's a strike call. Got a curve over. Also, Hassler has been consulting with the hypnotist. A gentleman named Dr. Ethan Allen, A-L-L-Y-N, in Los Angeles, who helped out Maury Wills, Roberto Clemente, and Ken Norton, among others. Here's the 3-2 serve now to Rivers. He swings a bounty ball, hit wide of third. His contact with it, throw to first. Not in time. Rivers beats it out. At great speed of Mickey Rivers picks up the single for him. Man on first for New York, nobody down, and it'll be Roy White, the switch batter. Roy, one of the top hitters in the first two games, hitting .375. That's 3 for 8. Two of them doubles, and he has 2 runs batted in. So Rivers, who has tremendous speed, taps one on the left side of the infield and beats it out. Royals lead 3-0 first inning. Here's a strike called. George Maloney said so. He's the plate umpire. Buck Martinez going out to talk again with his pitcher, Andy Hassler.
One thing he might be saying, Ernie, is he took a look down there and a long look at Rivers, who was well off the bag at first. He bluffed the throw down there, didn't throw, and then he kept looking at Rivers. And maybe he wanted to say to Hassler, hey, watch him over there.
Now White digging in, strike one count on him. Here's the set by the left-hander Hassler. He looks over to first. He pitches at the bunt, miss, throw to first. He's safe. That was close. Bill Haller, umpire, right on top of the play. Strike 2, the count on White. In the Yankee system, the Billy Martin system, the runners do not go unless they get permission from the bench. They have to get the sign. Dick Hauser coaches at third. Elston Howard, the first base coach of the New Yorkers. Royals lead the Yanks first inning 3-0 at Yankee Stadium. Now the stretch by the tall left-hander Hassler. Rivers goes. The pitch is swung on and fouled away. That one hit on a high hop and bounced over the Yankee dugout into the box seat.
The first ball was thrown out by
Cincinnati won their game this afternoon at Riverfront Stadium, 76 over the Phillies, to gain a 3-game sweep over the Phillies and win the National League pennant. They won those games 6-3, 6-2, and today they won 7-6. Congratulations to the Cincinnati Reds. White digging in now, waiting on a strike 2 delivery from Hassler. Rivers, with the lead, doesn't go. The pitch is wide, and the count is 1-2 now on Roy White. Brett deeper at third base with 2 strikes on the batter. Kotek and Randolph, the keystone combination, about in double play depth. And Mayberry trying to keep Rivers close, but Rivers has a king-size lead at the moment. The pitch to White is outside. Rivers holding on at first. Hassler trying to get the breaking pitch over, and a miss on that one. Throw to first to Mayberry, and the back easily is Rivers. Now White, he spreads out at the plate, waits on the next delivery. He takes outside, that'll make it 3-2. Well, you know, they'll really keep an eye on Mickey Rivers over there at first base. Royals lead the Yanks 3-0 in the opening inning. Rivers with a bigger lead. He goes. The pitch is swung on. Missed. Throw to second by Martinez. He is out at second. It is a double play. White covered the bag and put the tag on Rivers. Cut down on the steal attempt as Roy White struck out. Up next, with 2 down with the bases empty. And here is Thurman Munson, a very fine Yankee catcher. Munson hitting 3 for 10 and even 300 for the series. 1 RBI. And 1 extra base hit. That was a double. Right-handed batter waiting, and Hassler deals a breaking ball outside. Hassler has good speed. His fastball runs away from the right-hand batter, down and away to him. Royals 3, New York 0, first inning. Yanks at bat. They've got the bases empty now and 2 down. There's a chopped foul right down in the dirt at the plate. Good throw, Ned, by Martinez, right on the target.
Yes, there had to be right on the target, too, with Rivers going. Mickey got a pretty good jump, but not an exceptional one. But it was a good fastball, and that was a good one to get off the bases for Kansas City.
Now, Andy Haslett checking his sign with Martinez ready to work again. The 1-1 delivery. Munson takes a half cut. He'll check with Haller, and he says he went across. It's a strike. Maloney, the plate umpire, took a look to the umpire at first base, Bill Haller. Check on that one, and Haller said he went across. 1-2 to count on Munson. Haslett heaves a big sigh, ready to go to work again. He rocks into action. He pitches. Here's a bounding foul. It's down past Dick Hauser, the third base coach. Seems to be a difference in a World Series crowd and a playoff crowd. They're more excited here than they are in a World Series. They sort of sit on their hands a lot of times in the Yankee Stadium World Series. They're different folks. I believe you're right about that. It's more of an extension of the regular season, too. Here's the pitch. He takes a high curve. 2-2, the count on Munson. Cowens, the center fielder, slightly over the left. Walford fairly deep in left field on Thurman. Now Haskell looks him over, goes into action again. The pitch is high again. That's the fastball, 3-2, and Haskell wants another ball to work with. The Royals picked up 3 runs on 3 hits in the opening inning. Walked to Wolford, a single by Brett. Got Wolford in after he stole second. Mayberry single sent Brett to third. McRae knocked him in with a sacrifice fly, then Poquette doubled in Mayberry. Here's the windup, the full count pitch. He swings as a drive to right. Going back, Poquette, he's there, he has it, and the inning is over. The Yankees with no runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. And at the end of the first inning, Royals 3, Yankees nothing.
Here comes the king, number 1. But why the king is second to none? Just say Budweiser, you said it all. Here comes the king of the birds, you have to feel the ball. Budweiser is the one that's leading the rest. And before they can make the deal, when you say go, one thing so down, so loud and clear. There's only one Budweiser here, there's only one Budweiser here. When you say fuck, there's nothing left to say so. When you say fuck, the king is right on his way. When you say fuck, the king is calling, look for the corner. When you say fuck, you say it all. When you say fuck, you say it all.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Royals 3, Yankees nothing. Freddie Potek will lead off against Dock Ellis, who weathered the 3-run storm there in the first inning here at Yankee Stadium tonight. Potek, Martinez, and Wolford, those will be the first 3 batters to face Dock Ellis. The managers have not yet named their pitchers for Game 4. They say they'll do it when this game is over, but speculation is it'll be Larry Gurra probably for Kansas City. And should the Yankees lose, they'll probably come back with Patrick Hunter. Should they win, Billy Martin more than likely would use Holtzman or Figueroa. Here's Potek at the plate. Little right-hand batting shortstop facing Dock Ellis. And it's a strike call. Freddie batting .286, that's 2 for 7 in the series so far. A couple of ex-teammates against each other. They were both at Pittsburgh together. There's a strike. He got a quick slider over. 2 strikes on Freddie Potek. He stands fairly deep in the batter's box. The outfield plays him straight away. The infield back now. Fred takes a fastball very wide. 3-0 Royals. They got 3 in the opening inning. They're batting now in the second. The Yankees started off as if they might do some damage. Single by Rivers, but then a strikeout, and he was cut down stealing. Bounding ball wide at first. Chambliss makes a good stop. Throw to Ellis covering, and it is out at first base. Good play by Chambliss and Ellis combining. Chambliss had to go very wide, almost into the hole between first and second. Here's Buck Martinez, the right-hand batting catcher. 1 down, nobody on, second inning. Royals ahead to 3-0 over the Yankees. Martinez has 1 for 6, but he has driven in 2 runs. He batted 148 against the Yankees during the regular campaign. Ellis has slowed up his pitching pace a little bit. He was working a lot quicker in the opening inning. There's the slider across. Good pitch. Strike called on Buck Martinez. One out, nobody on. Second assigned by Ellis. He delivers. Here's a swing and a miss. That one about letter high. Just about a capacity crowd here at the remodeled Yankee Stadium. Martinez waiting on the next delivery. Here it comes. He takes the strike. That one got the outside corner, and he walks back to the bench. The strikeout victim. 2 strikeouts for Dock Ellis. Here's Wolford, who started the 3-run surge in the first of the base on ball. Steve Bowers coaches at first for Kansas City. Chuck Hiller coaches at third. There's a bounding ball up the middle going for it. Stanley back at second. He has it. Throw to first. He got him. Another good play by the Yankee infield, and the Royals go down 1-2-3 at the end of 1 1/2 innings. Royals 3, Yankees nothing.
There I was. Successful businessman, wonderful family, nice home, no crabgrass. But I had to work for it all. I never actually won anything until I played budget rent-a-cars. I can't wait to win Tuesday. Then it happened. I won, and you can too. Because every night the driver wins one of 5 different prizes. 2 first prizes of a brand new Chevrolet Caprice, all the way to terrific-looking T-shirt iron-on. Look, there's no purchase necessary, and the offer expires November 30th. So unless it's prohibited in your area, play the I Can't Wait to Win Tuesday today at participating budget locations. Be an instant winner. Life is nicer when you're a winner. Sweepstakes rules available at participating locations or through our mail-in offer in National Magazine. And right now at participating budget locations, you can rent a Chevrolet Caprice or similar car for only $14.95 a day, 16 cents a mile plus gas. Be an instant winner at budget rent-a-car.
Lou Piniella coming to bat and getting his usual Lou greeting. Something that follows him wherever he goes. They're not booing Piniella, they're pronouncing his first name. In sort of an extended fashion, I'm happy to have. Piniella was 2 for 5. That's the batting mark of 400. And Hassler not quite ready to deliver yet. Wally Moses told me that he accidentally received one of the greatest ovations ever accorded to a player in this ballpark. He was at bat at Yankee Stadium when it was announced over the PA that Mussolini had been overthrown, his premier of Italy. That was a real cheer. Here's Piniella stepping in now. Royals 3, New York nothing. And the pitch. Hassler delivers. It's in close. Big, strong-looking left-hander, Andy Hassler. Started the year, you remember, with the California Angels. Here's the wind-up, and Hassler delivers. Here's a bounding ball over his glove. Hartek comes up with it. Throw to Mayberry. Good play. Got him. Hartek ranging wide to his left. And Ned Frank White almost had a shot at that ball, too.
It looked as though either one of them could have made the play, but it was easier for Patek crossing to his left, and he had the play in front of him and the bag in front of him, and of course has a stronger arm.
Here's Chris Chambliss now. He's hit safely in the last 9 games of the regular season and the first 2 in this series. And he's the top hitter on this club in this series, 556. 5 for 9. Left-hand batter waiting on Hassler. And he takes the fastball outside. Chambliss also batted .383 against Kansas City pitching during the regular season. And had a couple of home runs. Left-hander against the left-hander. 1 out. Royals lead 3-0 in the second. Here's the slider outside. Almost went for that one, but checked off. Brett wide of the bag at third. Chambliss, a closed stance batter, waiting on Hassler's 2-0 pitch. Swing, hard smash on the ground to White at second. He has it. Throw to Mayberry, and there are 2 down. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the CBS Radio Network.
With a 97 coin cash box sticker, you could win a set of shoes or even money. But without the sticker, you get nothing. KOIN, Portland.
Along with Ned Martin, this is Ernie Harwell at Yankee Stadium. 3-0 Royals, second inning. Nettles at bat. 2 out for the Yankees, nobody on. Left-hand batter takes a breaking pitch low. The home run champion of the American League, Greg Nettles, has one hit, a double, in 7 turns at bat in the championship series. Takes the ball high to shoulder. 2-0, the count on Greg. Hartak has moved to his glove side, moving over toward the bag at second from the shortstop position. There's a low one outside. 3-0 on Nettles. Nettles had only one of his home runs against Kansas City, and he batted 143 against the Royal pitching through the year. He takes a strike right through the heart of the plate above the knees. 3-1 the count on him. Royals lead the Yanks 3-0. Yankees batting. 2 out, none on, second inning. There's a half cut. Let's get the ruling. It is ball 4. He walked him. Umpire Maloney checking with the third base umpire, Larry McCoy, and he said he did not go across. It'll be a 2-out walk. That's the first issued by Hassler. And here is Elliott Maddox, the right-hand batting right fielder from the University of Michigan. Big Ten batting champion in his collegiate days. Maddox with 1 hit in 4 trips in the championship series. Nettles slight lead at first base. Maddox backs away an inside fastball from Hassler. 3 runs, 3 hits for the Royals. The Yanks have no runs on 1 hit. They got an infield hit off Rivers, leading it off in the first inning. Hassler to the set position on the mound. Delivers. In close, they're pitching in close and low on Maddox. Against New York this year, Hassler didn't have any decisions, and he worked a total of 18 innings. He allowed 10 hits and 2 runs. 1 of them was earned. And his walk-to-strikeout ratio was good. He walked 5 and struck out 10. Now the little conference is over. Martinez down to give the sign. 2-0 pitch to Maddox. He takes the strike. There, that's the breaking ball. 2-1, the count on Elliott Maddox. Maddox out about a year and a half with injuries. Now Nettles trying to get a little longer lead at first base. It's a 2-1 pitch coming up. Maddox swings and hits one off his foot. The ball bounds down toward Mayberry, foul territory. 2-2, the count on Maddox. Ned, I think the old ballpark's about filled now.
Yeah, I believe they finally did it. At first, when we came on, there were a lot of blues showing in those seats, but they've come close to capacity, and probably will tomorrow, too.
And this, more than likely now, will be the biggest crowd of the year in the new Yankee Stadium. They drew over 2 million. They led the American League in paid attendance. The bench is trying to move Poquette over towards center field from right a little bit. Now Maddox swings and fouls it away. Poquette was hugging the line a little bit too much down in the right field corner. Buddy Herzog and Killer and all of them were waving their caps and arms, frantically trying to get Poquette to move over towards center field a little bit more. Still a 2-2 count on Maddox. 3-0 Royals lead. 2 outs. The Yankees have the Nettles at first base. The pitch is swung on and missed. He struck him out. And that retires the Yankees with no runs on no hits. They had a walk. No errors, 1 man left. And at the end of 2 innings, Kansas City 3, New York nothing.
Hey, let's go look for a new van this weekend.
We've looked for a new van. You know that. There just aren't any vans around.
But, honey, I know Webster Wolford Ford out in Oregon City has some. We haven't looked there yet. And they not only have vans, they've also got pickups and 4x4s and vans ready to be customized.
Well, it's going to be the same old story we've heard everywhere else we've looked. We'll have to wait forever on delivery. So what's the rush about looking this weekend?
Webster Wolford Ford has vans in stock right now. They're a small dealership, but that's where you get the best deal. from a little dealer that has a low overhead and a large inventory.
All right, I'm convinced. But where is Webster Wolford Ford?
Here in Oregon City at 11th and Main Street. Oh, I'm so excited. I've got the perfect van for us. I'll pick you out.
Yeah, well, that's just fine. You what?
Well, I just happened to be driving by, and I just...
Webster Wolford Ford, now with a large selection of 76 vans and trucks in stock at 11th and Main Street in Oregon City.
Return to your CBS radio network station for Game 3 in the American League playoffs. And that means you'll be tuned to the only radio spot for the World Series. Starting Saturday, October 16, CBS Radio Sports brings you exclusive radio play-by-play coverage. Follow the series on radio right here.
Dock Ellis on the mound for the Yanks now. 3-0, the Royals lead. Royals coming to bat in the first half of inning number 3 at Yankee Stadium. Game 3 of the American League Championship Series. The Yankees took the first one in Kansas City 4-1. The Royals came back Sunday night to tie it with a 7-3 victory. Yesterday was an off day, and action resumed here tonight in New York. First championship game in Yankee Stadium since 1964. Well, here's Cowens at the plate. He struck out his first trip against the Yankee right-hander Dock Ellis. There's a fastball in close around the knees. Cowens a good all-around ball player, and he's in center field because of the injury to Amos Otis. Here's the motion, the pitch by Ellis, swing, and a foul ball hit into the Royal dugout, and it bounds out. Ellis 1-0 against the Yankees this year. He won 17 and lost 8. Here's the pitch. He swings a bounding ball up the middle. A big hopper. Randolph deep at second. Has it throw to first. He is there in time, and it's a base hit. Cowens beat it out. Randolph did well just to get to that ball, and then he couldn't get much on it. He was so deep back at second base. That will be a hit for Cowens. That is the 4th Royal hit. Here's George Brett, who is eating up the Yankee pitching in this series. He had a single and drove in the first run of the opening inning. He now has 5 for 8. That's 6:25. Man on first, Cowens. He doesn't go. The pitch to Brett is a strike. And once again, we see Rivers over to the left field side of center on George Brett. Brett is the dream of a batting coach. He does not try to hit a home run every time. He'll go with a pitch. He won't try to pull everything. And he's got a good knowledge of the strike zone. Toss over to first, but Cowens is back with ease. Now the strike one pitch to George Brett. He takes the fastball outside, 1-1. Mayberry waiting at the on-deck circle. Ellis keeping a rather slow pace now. Royals lead the Yanks 3-0. We're in the 3rd inning in New York. There's a pitch out, but Cowens is not moving. 2-1 the count on Brett. And Brett stepping out, looking down to third base coach Hiller. Brett batted .308 last season. Now the pitch is caught on and hit down the third base side. It'll be foul. Brett got his chance back in '73 when Paul Shaw was put out of action. He came up and played his first Major League Baseball at that time, then went down later and came back to stay.
Some people say, Ernie, that it kind of looks good to watch him pitch because he's ambidextrous. He can throw equally as well with the left hand as he can with the right.
That would be fun. 2-2 to count on Brett. Ellis delivers. Here's a ball outside. Only one pitch in Major League history has ever done that in competition. A fellow named Tony Mullane.
You broadcast when he was playing?
Yeah, about 1890, I think it was. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Bounding ball up the middle. Randolph has it at second. Touches the bag. Throw to first. Double play for the Yankees. Oh, that ball was hit right in the right spot for New York. They had to hit and run on. Brett bounced one over the head of Ellis. Randolph, breaking with the pitch, moving over to his right toward second, grabbed it, touched the bag, and then he threw to first, and Brett was out by a good margin for the DP. Well, sometimes the hit and run will work for you, Ned, and sometimes it'll backfire just like that. Here's Mayberry at the plate now. He had a single his first time up. Here's a strike on the outside corner. Dock Ellis fed him a fastball. Now this time Rivers is playing him over in right center and very deep. The infield has skipped it over on him, too. There's the ball outside. Stanley is playing over on the right field side of second. Randolph is back in short right field. And Chambers near the line at deep first base. Only Nettles on the left side of the infield. There's a bounding ball up the middle. Stanley grabs it back of second, throw to first, and the shift pays off for New York. It took a hit away from Mayberry. No runs on one hit, no errors. Nobody left. And in the middle of the third, Royals 3, New York nothing.
When you say bud, you say a lot of things nobody else can say. When you say bud, you've gone as far as you can go to get the very best. When you say bud, you tell the world you know what makes it all the way. When you say bud, you say you care enough to only want the king of fears. There is no other one. There's only something left because the king of fears is leading all around. When you say rise up, you put it on.
Anheuser-Busch, headquarters, St. Louis, Missouri.
The former national leaguer, Willie Randolph, will lead off for the New Yorkers in the third. The Royals have a 3-0 lead over the Yankees. They got all three of them off Dock Ellis in the opening inning. Left-hander Hassler ready to deal him into Randolph, who is looking for his first hit in the championship series. He batted .296 against Kansas City during the regular season. Randolph and McRae are the only two regulars without hits so far in the playoffs. Well, here's the right-hand batting Randolph at the plate, and Hassler, the big, strong-looking left-hander, ready to go into action. 3-0 Royals. Yanks it back in the third. There's a strike. That pitch breaking down and away, and it's got to.
We are experiencing some technical difficulties from New York. Please stand by. This is KOI in Portland, 14 past 6 o'clock. We seem to have lost our audio feed from New York temporarily, and we will have it back for you, we hope, momentarily. In the meantime, I would like to remind you that we have a University of Oregon football game. That will be coming up on Saturday, 1:15, for the game between the University of Oregon Ducks and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. That game live and direct in South Bend. And I'm sorry, I gave you an incorrect start time. I'm sorry, that starts, I believe, at 10:15, because they do play back in South Bend, Indiana. Seattle Seahawks take on Tampa Bay this coming Sunday. That scheduled airtime is 10:40 on Sunday morning. So if you're into football, particularly University of Oregon or Seattle Seahawks football, be sure to stay right where you are on Sports Radio 97. We have temporarily lost our audio transmission of the game between the Yankees and the Royals. We'll have it back for you as soon as we can. In the meantime, we'll give you a little music until we can establish our communication lines again. 13 minutes past 6 o'clock. This here is KOI in Portland, and we temporarily have lost our broadcast of the New York Yankees Kansas City Royals championship game. Don't know exactly what's happened. It sounds to me like the satellite has landed upon some hard times. At any rate, we don't have the audio portion coming in right now. I will get it back to you as soon as we can find out what's happening from CBS. In the meantime, we'll give you some music and a few other things as well.
Kelly's Lazy Boy Showcase is having a World Series sale now. We want you to enjoy the games in the world's most popular and comfortable chairs, so we reduce the prices on the Northwest's largest selection of Lazy Boy chairs. You'll find over 300 rocking recliners, wall recliners, love seat recliners, swivel rockers, and office chairs. They're on display and ready to go in a great selection of styles, fabrics, and colors at Kelly's Lazy Boy Showcase, Northeast 42nd and Sandy Boulevard in Hollywood.
Most salesmen are great talkers. At Hillsborough Dodge, we're good listeners. Few salesmen cut throats. And Hillsborough Dodge service manager Maureen Yonker. And here's parts manager Don Peterson. Well, you see what good listeners we really are at Hillsborough Dodge. We listen, learn what you need, and give you great service on your car or truck. Hillsborough Dodge, formerly Bundy Dodge, First and Washington.
The game is now at the end of the third inning, with the Kansas City Royals holding a 3-0 lead over the New York Yankees. I'm sorry about the problem we're having with the network. As soon as we can reestablish our communication lines with New York, we'll bring that game to you live and direct via CBS. In the meantime, I'll give you some music. It's 19.5
and 200 gallons of gas from Buick. In California, EPA estimates from lower. California, EPA estimates from lower.
Here come the Yanks about in the fourth inning. Game number 3 of the American League Championship Series. It's one victory apiece right now. And in this one, the Royals lead New York 3-0. Cincinnati completed a sweep of the National League Championship Series with a 76-win today in Cincinnati over the Philadelphia Phillies. So they win the National League pennant and will meet the winner of this series in the World Series, which will get underway on Saturday and be brought to you on CBS Radio. Here's Roy White stepping in now. The Yankee fans are trying to clap up a rally. White struck out, and the strikeout turned into a double play when Rivers was out trying to steal second. That was in the first inning. He takes the breaking ball in from the tall left-hander Hassler, strike one call. 3 runs, 4 hits for Kansas City. Yanks, no runs and 1 hit. Bounding ball, wide at third. Now shortstop Potek. Deep has it. Throw to first to Mayberry. He got him. Good pickup by Mayberry. Now those Kansas City infielders know that they can let that ball fly. They don't have to aim it. John Mayberry is one of the best at digging the throws out of the dirt. And that's exactly what he did on that play. 1 up and 1 away. Here's Munson. Munson's the only Yankee who has hit a fly ball in the outfield so far. The Kansas City infielders have done most of the work. Now Hassler into action, tips and deals. It's a strike. That's that breaking pitch on the outside corner. He's working that outside corner on the right-hand hitter. Cowens in center slightly toward left. Wolford deep in left field. The pitch is swung on a bounding ball to the glove side of Potek. He digs it out. Throw to Mayberry. And there are 2 Yankees out in the 4th inning. Both the same way. Short to first. And here comes Lou Piniella up again. He bounced out short to first in the 2nd inning. Well, Mr. Potek has been busy already down there with the glove. Got 4 assists and a putout already. Put him to work. 3-0 Royals lead. Piniella likes to take his time and settle himself in the batter's box. And the Hassler looks him over. They wind up in the pitch. It's a bounding ball to third deep and gets past Brett, who tried to backhand it. It's off the wall back in left field. Chased down by Patek, and he keeps Piniella at first base. I think a fan reached out, and the umpires are going to move Piniella to second now. They'll give him a double on the fan interference. The rule used to be automatic, but now the umpires are allowed to give the batter what they think he would have made had not the interference occurred, and Piniella will get a double.
Well, that time, a lot of times fans don't realize it could hurt their own club. This time they helped their own club because Piniella had turned the bag and had stumbled and had fallen down, but now Whitey Herzog is coming out to just get a little bit clear on that rule. He wants to say why. If a fan didn't touch it, but somebody apparently did, in a judgment of Joe Brinkman, who was the closest umpire to where the ball hit. It hit off that railing, which jumped out toward the line. And as fans have a habit of doing on such as that, they went over and tried to get it.
And Whitey's argument would probably be, well, if the ball had not been touched by a fan, and since Piniella fell going around first base, he might not have made second base anyway. But it's to no avail as far as Kansas City is concerned. Piniella stays at second. It is scored as a double. That's the second New York hit. And now Chambliss, who's been one of the toughest hitters for the Yankees, steps up against Hassler. Fourth inning, the Royals lead New York 3-0. There are two down, and Piniella at second base. Chambliss takes the strike, outside corner fastball. First time he bounced on a hard smash to Frank White at second. Five hits and 10 tips for Chambliss. Now the set, the pitch on the way. He swings as they dive to right. It's deep. Going back for Ted. It may be. It is gone. And there is the first home run of the series. A two-run homer by Chambliss. It is now Royals 3, the Yankees 2. Yankee Stadium crowd roaring on the home run by Chambliss that pulls the Yankees within one of the Royals, 3-2. Scoring Piniella in front of him. Now time called, something thrown on the field over in left. Tissue paper, I believe, has to be retrieved. Nettles the next batter. He walked his first time up. That pitch that Hassler threw looked as if it was a little bit toward the inside and between the belt and the knees. Chambliss gave it a ride. It was a long, hard smash on a line into right field. Here's Nettles, and he takes the ball high. 3-2, the Royals in the lead in the fourth. Foul ball right up his foot. The ball bounds the back of the plate. Dean Monahan, the Yankee trainer, coming out to check with Nettles now. He's up. He's limping a little bit. That ball went over the wall between the 385-foot marker and 353-foot marker. That wall at that point 8 feet high. Pulled into right center by Chambliss, and he hit it very hard. The first home run of the championship series in the American League. 3-2 now, the Royals lead the Yanks. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and Nettles takes a breaking ball in batters for a strike. Fell away from that one a little bit, and it broke over. Royals got 3 in the first. The Yanks returned with 2 here in the fourth. It's a fastball outside. High and away to Greg Nettles, 2-2. Billy Martin leaning in front of the dugout, foot on the second step, watching the action. The 2-2 pitch. He took it low. That was a curve. 3-2, the count on Nettles. Has to check this time with catcher Martinez. Wind up the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a curve. Todd retired, but the Yankees get 2 on the double by Pinella, the home run by Chambers. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left, and at the end of the 4th inning, Royals 3, Yankees 2.
Now that you're about to buy a microwave oven, know the facts about heating. These are the facts on the Amana Touchmatic radar range, the first microwave oven with a memory. Set it and it remembers to defrost, cook, and call you when dinner's ready. Freezer to table 1, 2, 3. Amana Cookmatic Power Shift lets you select the cooking speed you need. Puts you in full control of everything you cook. Amana's 675 watts of cooking power cooks almost everything in 1/4 the usual time and saves energy. Uses 50 to 75% less energy than a conventional electric range. The stainless steel interior is big enough to roast a family-sized turkey. The removable glass oven tray catches spills and boilovers. All this plus Amana's full 5-year warranty on the magnetron. Covers magnetron costs, labor charges, even the serviceman's travel expenses for 5 years. These are the facts. Amana believes once you know the facts, you'll buy an Amana Touchmatic radar range. Simple as that.
It's a close one now. Royals 3, Yankees 2. We go to the 5th inning of game number 3 in the American League Championship Series. This one at Yankee Stadium. The first here in New York after the two teams divided their first 2 games in Royal Stadium in Kansas City. Dock Ellis on the mound for the Yankees. Andy Hassler is the pitcher for Kansas City. And now Ellis getting ready to pitch to the Royals in the 5th inning. It'll be Freddie Patek to lead it off, followed by the number 9 batter, Buck Martinez, and then the leadoff man, Jim Wolford. Patek bounced out to first base his first time at bat. Chambers made a good play, going wide to his right, over towards second base, and Ellis also made a good play, combining with Chambers as he raced from the mound to take the throw from Chris. So here's the little shortstop Patek, who is sparkled with a glove already. Now comes up with a bat. Ellis looking around at his infield alignment. Now he's ready for action. He pitches, and Fred takes the strike. Well, the floor of the game was all Kansas City for a while, and now it seems to belong to the Yankees. Patek swings a bounding ball up the middle. It'll be through for a hit. Ellis made an effort to grab that ball as it went by, but he couldn't get it. And Patek is on with a single. In 4 of the 5 innings, the Royals have put their leadoff man on base against Dock Ellis, but only in 1 inning have they scored. They got all 3 of their runs in the first. Here's Buck Martinez, who took a called third strike. His only trip to the plate. Nettles is in close in case Martinez wants to bunt. Chambers holding on the bag with Patek, and there's a throw over there. Fred gets back safely. Excellent base runner, Freddie Patek. Chambers trying to keep him close to the bag at first. 1-run lead for the Royals, 3-2. It's a ball in too close on the catcher Martinez. He'll be followed by the leadoff man Wolford. Here in the Royal 5th inning. Kansas City with 3 runs and 5 hits and no errors, and the Yankees have 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. Now the set by Ellis, the right-hander pitches out, but nothing happens. Patek holding it first. Freddie had 51 steals in the regular season, and they nipped him 15 times. Brad Jackson and Dick Kidrow throwing in the Yankee bullpen now. Left-handed and right-handed. So the first, Patek is back easily. He and Otis are the only Royals who are allowed to go strictly on their own on a steal. He goes. The pitch is swung on, miss. Here's Munson's throw. He is out at second. And Patek doesn't believe it. He's putting up a big argument with Franz. Stanley came across, took the throw. It was a high throw on the right field side. Freddie thought he slid under it. But Art Franz, the second base umpire, signaled him out. And there'll be an argument out there. Whitey Herzog has gone out. So have his two coaches.
Post play, I think they're arguing that he had slid past the tag and that the tag never had been made. The throw was there, and so was Freddie. And he was awfully mad for a moment, and immediately Hiller came out to take the heat off Patek so he wouldn't be ejected from the game. You've got to do an awful lot, of course, to be ejected from a World Series. Freddie was not quite that steamy, but he had a few things to say to Art France, the second base umpire.
And then Billy Martin's gone out now, and he's taken up an argument with Bill Haller. Exactly about what, I couldn't say.
I don't know either, Billy. You better stop it. These things are going your way right now.
Anyway, Patek is out on the steal attempt. And a very tough argument out there around second base is over. But Martin continues his discussion with the first base umpire, Haller. He keeps pointing out towards second. And the argument continues down there, just inside of first base.
As of right now, I don't see any Royal runner down there, so Billy has had his say, and maybe he wants them to watch something about base running or somebody going out of the line or not. Patek didn't go out of the line.
Martinez at the plate, and the count on him is 2 balls and 1 strike. As the action resumes here, 3-2, the Royals in the lead. They're batting in the 5th inning against Dock Ellis. Bounding ball hit to Randolph. He has a nice easy hop, throw to Chambliss, and there are 2 down.
Telephones are so silent, sports time.
That'll bring up the leadoff man, Jim Wolford. Jim has walked and scored a run and bounced to shortstop. That gives him 0 for 1 officially tonight. He has 1 hit in 8 turns so far in the series. Right-hander against the right-hander. He starts the bunt and takes the ball wide. Ball 1. 3-2. Royals lead the Yanks. We're in the 5th inning in New York. Strike. Ellis hit the outside corner. Ellis has settled down a little bit. He's had good defensive support tonight. Neither team's made an error so far. Here's a cut and a miss on a knee-high pitch, and the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Wolford. Now Cowens waits on deck for KC. Now look at the sign for Ellis. Here's the wind-up in the pitch. He swings, fly ball to the field. Rivers backing up. He's there. He has it. And the side retires. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. In the middle of the 5th inning, the score is Royals 3, the Yankees 2.
Kelly's Lazy Boy Showcase is having a World Series sale now. We want you to enjoy the games in the world's most popular and comfortable chair, so we reduce the prices on the Northwest's largest selection of Lazy Boy chairs. You'll find over 300 rocking recliners, wall recliners, love seat recliners, swivel rockers, and office chairs. They're on display and ready to go in a great selection of styles, fabrics, and colors at Kelly's Lazy Boy Showcase, Northeast 42nd and Sandy Boulevard in Hollywood.
Most salesmen are great talkers. At Hillsborough Dodge, we're good listeners. Few salesmen such rope. And Hillsborough Dodge service manager, Maureen Yonker. And here's parts manager, Don Peterson. Well, you see what good listeners we really are at Hillsborough Dodge? We listen, learn what you need, and give you great service on your car or truck. Hillsborough Dodge, formerly Bungie Dodge, 1st and Washington.
CBS Radio Sports is bringing you the play-by-play action in the American League Championship. And there's more to come. The World Series starts October 16th. That's next Saturday. And you'll hear exclusive radio coverage, play-by-play, of the 1976 World Series right here on this CBS Radio Network station. Halfway through the game here at Yankee Stadium, we're going into the last half of the fifth inning. The Royals 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. New York 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. And it's my pleasure now to bring in my colleague, the longtime voice of the Boston Red Sox, Ned Martin.
Thank you, Ernie Harwell. And here we go in inning number 5, bottom half. The Yankees trailing by a run. And you get the feeling that somewhere along the line this game is going to develop into a beauty because there is a tenseness. Each team has played well, has been in timely fashion at times. There have been no errors. There's been one passed ball, but that didn't really figure in any unearned runs. Elliott Maddox will lead it off. He struck out swinging to end the second inning. Andy Hassler's only real mistake was a ball out over the plate to Chris Chambliss, who rammed it into right center for a 2-run homer. Right before that, the hit by Piniella was a ball that just eluded George Brett at third. He went over to backhand it, flipped away from him, and then got involved in that ground rule double ruling. Maddox stands in, right-handed batter. Andy Hassler all set to pitch to him. Left-hander kicks and throws and curves him down and in, ball 1. Again an appeal. More appeals toward the corner umpires tonight than there have been in the first couple of games on check swing. The plate umpire will tell you that's probably his toughest call. Down ball, shortstop way again. A busy Freddie Patek up and over in time. Maddox grounds to short. Freddie Patek continues to have heavy traffic down there at shortstop. 5 assists for him and a putout. Willie Randolph grounded to Patek in the third. Right-handed hitting second baseman for the Yankees. The pitch by Hassler, and it's up high, ball 1. Hassler can throw hard. Features a fastball that sinks for the most part. Will run away from a right-handed batter and tries to keep it around the knees. But he's got good velocity on it, unlike a lot of sinker ball pitchers who just keep it there and change speed. The next pitch is high, ball 2, and the count is 2-0 to Randolph. Hassler has a sinking fastball and a slider. 2-0 pitch. Fastball way outside to Randolph, ball 3. So Willie has the count entirely his way. 3 balls, no strikes. Royals 3, Yankees 2, bottom of the 5th inning. Hit it. Strike called right there. Randolph now checks off with third base coach Dick Hauser. Hitter take on 3-1. 1 out. Hassler works. Inside, ball 4. Randolph on with a 1-out walk, and he represents the tying run. Bringing to the plate the number 9 hitter, Fred Stanley. Freudian slip sometime when you confuse Mickey Stanley, the evergreen center fielder, infielder, whatever you want with the Tigers. The veteran, along with Fred Stanley, the Yankee shortstop. Fred popped up to Patek in the third. Big lead by Randolph. He scoots back to first on a throw over there. Willie Randolph can steal a base for you also. He looks back and another throw over there, and Nelson Howard is claiming balk. It is not ruled a balk, but Ellie Howard immediately went up to Bill Haller and said, "Hey, what about that move to first?" But it was declared a legal throw over there, and no motion toward the plate made. Here's the pitch to the plate. Strike called on Stanley. He shortened up on the bat and took a fastball inside corner. In the Royal bullpen, their first action, left-hander Tom Hall and right-hander Marty Patton. The count is 0-1 to Stanley. He backs out, asking for time. Now sets himself. Randolph leads away from first, a 4 or 5 step lead. A curveball bunted at, missed for a strike. They did call it a strike. They haven't put it on the board yet. Nope, it's all the ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1. It appeared that the strike call had been given, but it's 1 ball, 1 strike now with 1 out. Bailey seeing about advancing that run to second base or hitting behind the runner. Good lead by Randolph. Back he goes to first. Low throw dug out by Mayberry. Tight ball game. Yankees trailing 3-2 as they bat in the 5th. Randolph goes into a good-sized lead at first base. Pitch is high and tight. 2-1. Depending on the runner, some runners like to take a lead like Randolph takes. Some get a better jump and will take only about a 4-step lead. Some, like Randolph, take 5 steps. Tommy Harper, who's a fine base stealer in the American League for years, likes the 5-step lead. Others will get a walking start. Some, like Lou Brock, try to move the top part of their body, and that's what they call the jump. Instead of the feet, it's the lean. Here's the pitch. Inside. Ball 3. Time call by Mayberry as he goes to the mound to talk to his pitcher, Hassler. Trying to settle Andy down now. There's 1 out in the Yankee 5th inning. Willie Randolph at first. The count is 3-1 to Stanley. And Dick Hauser, the third base coach, just had his word with Fred Stanley. Randolph had 37 stolen bases in the regular season. Pitch in bunt toward first. It's foul. Strike 2, 3-2. Stanley tried to push one down the first base line. Randolph was holding wide at first. So now a 3-2 count. We'll watch Randolph on this one with 1 out. Both teams now playing it close, tight, trying for inside baseball, getting a run. So 1-run ball game now, and the Yankees can play it differently. They needed the home run from Chambliss, first of all. Go to first. Randolph was dancing around out there at first. I don't believe at that particular time he had a notion of going, but he drew the throw over there. 3-2 to Stanley. Infield at double play depth around second. Pitch, runner goes, fouled off. Randolph was on his way, but will have to come back. 3-2. And that moon, which is a waning moon, not a waxing moon, but a moon we saw over the left field fence in Kansas City, over the right field fence rather, is coming up over the left field fence here at Yankee Stadium. Over the river and over the drive. 3-2. Here goes Randolph. Ground ball right side. Mayberry plays it alone. Has to go to first. Steps on the bag, and Randolph moves into scoring position. Stanley did his job well as far as hitting behind the runner, but Big John Mayberry was right there to field it and prevent it from going into right field, which will put Randolph at third. So Randolph holds up at second base, and he is in scoring position with 2 outs.
Then I was wandering over to the press box, and most of the people over there seemed to think the argument by Billy Martin might have been because Popek threw his helmet when he got up and started the argument. Maybe Billy wanted to put out of the game.
Billy will press every advantage in a ball game. Pitch is outside to Mickey Rivers, ball 1. Rivers is 1 for 2, had an infield hit to short in the first inning, and thrown out trying to steal on a double play, as it turned out, when White struck out into the double play. Last time up, Mickey fouled out to third. The 1-0 pitch to him by Hassler, ground ball right side, taken by Frank White. Fires to Mayberry, that's all. Rivers grounds out second to first to end the 5th for New York. No runs, no hits, they leave 1, and through 5 full innings, it's the Royals 3 and the Yankees 2.
Ever since Budweiser was first brewed back in 1876, the Budweiser people have talked with pride about the careful way they brew the king of beer and that great Budweiser taste. Here's how we were saying it 10 years ago.
No matter how you say it or sing it, it all adds up to a taste, smoothness, and drinkability that's made Budweiser the king of beers for 100 years. Anheuser-Busch, headquarters, St. Louis, Missouri.
Fans be a World Series expert by knowing the history and events that make it America's top sports attraction. It's all inside the official 1976 World Series program, the one that's sold at the series. Get the full rundowns on the divisional winners. It's at selected newsstands, or you can send a check or money order for $2.50 to World Series program, Post Office Box 666, San Francisco, California, 94101. That's World Series program, P.O. Box 666, San Francisco, 94101. The proceeding has been brought to you on behalf of Major League Baseball. The Royals coming up in the top of the sixth inning, leading the Yankees 3-2. They got their 3 runs right off the bat in the first inning off Dock Ellis on a walk, a stolen base, a single, another single, a pass ball, a sacrifice fly, and a double. Yankees came back later on in the fourth inning on a 2-run homer by Chris Chambliss, the first home run of the playoff series. The National League Championship Series is all over. For the second straight year, the Reds sweep their opposition. They did it to Pittsburgh last year. They did it to Philadelphia this year. Today, going up with 3 runs in the ninth inning to win 7-6. As Ernie said, our congratulations to Sparky Anderson and his Cincinnati Reds. Check swing by Al Cowens as they go into the top of the sixth. It's fouled off, and a strike one. Al Fitzmaurice, a right-hander, is throwing now in the bullpen for Kansas City. Well, these fellows just haven't seen in ball games yet. Short series, and the starters have gone along except for Leonard. There's a foul tip. 0-2 to Cowens. Al struck out in the first and singled in the third. On the series so far, 3 for 10. Dock Ellis settling nicely since the first inning. Cowens grounds one to the left side. Stabbed by Nettles, going to his left. Falls down, gets up, and throws him out. Nice play by Greg Nettles. He used to come charged with the brush of good hit, no field, but he has fielded his position very well this year. He made a fine play that time, going far to his left, knocking the ball down, or gloving it rather, and then falling to his knees and righting himself to make the play. Seen some good fielding plays in the infield by both sides in this game tonight. George Breda singled home a run in the first. Pitches down low to him, ball 1. And he grounded into a double play on a hit and run in the third. Brett 5 for 9 on the series. There's a drive in the right field, a hit, a solid line drive, and he's 2 for 3 in this game. Now 6 for 10. He continues to wail away at Yankee pitching, hitting them about as effectively as Philadelphia's Jay Johnstone did against Cincinnati. Went 7 for 9 against Reds pitching in the series, National League, but it didn't do any good at all. Brett has 6 hits in the series, and so does Chambliss for the Yankees. They lead in hit production. John Mayberry is 1 for 2. He singled and grounded out. Pitched by Ellis. Ground ball to first. Chambliss steps on the bag, throws to first, a rundown. Back toward first base, tagged by Randolph. 3 to 6 to 4. 3 to 6 to 3 to 4 is the way the rundown went. And it turns out to be the double play because Chambliss took off the fourth. And it had to go 3 to 6 to 4 with Willie Randolph making the play to put him out. So it's a double play ending the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. And at the middle of the sixth inning, the score remains Kansas City 3, New York 2.
That's someone you can talk to. Once in a while you find someone who cares about you. Someone you can talk to.
For life and health insurance that puts your individual needs first, talk to your life underwriter. Get advice, personal service, and that special expertise in making the future secure. Your life underwriter, only a phone call away.
We all need someone to talk to once in a while. Someone we're all going to help make those dreams come true. Your life underwriter wants to see you smile. That's certain sense of someone you'll talk to once in a while.
A message from your National Association of Life Underwriters.
There are many celebrities here tonight, big people. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger. Lowell Thomas is here to watch the series, this game. And my man, Frank Sinatra. He's here too, the chairman. And they're seeing quite a ball game as the Royals lead the Yankees 3-2 with the Yankees coming to bat in inning number 6. A game that is very important to both clubs. I would think especially so to the Kansas City Royals, because they know that tomorrow afternoon, win or lose tonight, they are going to face Captain Center again. Roy White has struck out into a double play and grounded to short. Freddie Patek has made some outstanding plays at short. Nettles just made one at third. A good rundown on the double play ball that just took the Royals out of the inning. And they're playing it on God's grass here. The pitch to White is outside and high, ball 1. Roy is 3 for 10 on the series. Steady ball player for the Yankees through the years. Bluffs a bunt, takes outside. Ball 2. Nothing count to White. Playing him about straight away with the center fielder Al Collins a couple of steps toward left center. Hassler throws and it's line foul down into the crowd and left along the third base line. White is, as we mentioned before during this series, a better left-handed hitter than right. But one of his big hits in this set was the opening day double that clinched the game for the Yankees off Larry Gura. Breaking ball low. Hassler doesn't care for the call by Maloney. It's 3-1 now to White. Various and sundry people have been up in the Royals bullpen, mostly just get some work, just to throw some, like Fitzmars. Fly ball down the left field line, over for it, Wolford toward the line, it's curving, it is foul. Into the crowd. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the CBS Radio Network.
With the 97 coin cash box sticker, you could win a nice flower, or even money. But without a sticker, you get nothing. KOIN Portland.
Back at Yankee Stadium with the Kansas City Royals leading the New York Yankees 3-2. The Yankees batting in the 6th inning. White, Munson, and Piniella up against Andy Hassler. Hassler has given up only 3 hits. So one of them, that big blast by Chambliss. A homer with Piniella aboard. All came with 2 outs. Hassler works to White. Ball 4. White leads with a walk in the 6th. Second walk off Hassler. Tying run at first. And a big man coming up, Thurman Munson. Munson has gone 3 for 12 in the series. Tonight he is lined out to right field and grounded to short. Now Patek and White confer around second base as to the matter of coverage in the event of a ground ball or an attempted moved towards second by Roy White. Munson getting set. Now Tommy Hall and Marty Patton get up again to throw in the bullpen for the Royals. Left and right-handers. Munson has gone through his ablutions at home plate, and here's the pitch. Fly ball to right field. It's going to be trouble. It's going to be up against the wall on one hop. White is coming around and being held at third. Double for Munson. 2 on, nobody out. Munson has gone to the opposite field with a long drive that took one hop on the dirt out there and banged against the wall. Dick Hauser, the third base coach, with nobody out, playing it very safely, held the runner, Roy White, not wanting to run into an out at home plate and spoil a potentially big inning. So runners are at second and third, and Whitey Herzog is coming out. He is not sending Galen Cisco this time, his pitching coach. He's looking out to the bullpen. Hall and Patton have just gotten up to throw, and Whitey would like to buy some time if indeed he doesn't make the move. He's going to call to the bullpen for the right-hander. Marty Patton, the Bulldog right-hander, is going to come into this ball game right now with Lou Piniella, the designated hitter, scheduled up. Now we'll see if Billy Martin changes around to his left-handed hitters, something he did not do with his right-handed hitters in Kansas City. So Andy Hassler leads the ball game. He went strong, really, 5 innings, but gave up a walk and a double here. And so goes 5+ innings, going through 2 men, facing 2 men here in the 6th inning. He has given up 4 hits and 2 runs, responsible for a couple of runners, walked 2, struck out 2. New pitcher coming on, and right now for a brief news update, we return you to CBS News in New York.
I'm Rita Sands reporting on the CBS Radio Network. Auto workers have ratified a proposed settlement with the Ford Motor Company. Production at some plants could resume as early as tomorrow. Health officials in at least a dozen states are either holding up their swine flu inoculation programs or altering them because of the deaths of 3 elderly people in Pennsylvania who died just hours after taking the vaccine. Health officials say there is no evidence that the vaccine contributed to the deaths. Investigations are underway. President Ford told ethnic leaders in Washington today he did make a mistake characterizing Eastern Europe as free of Soviet domination. The president spent the rest of the day campaigning in New York. Jimmy Carter rested in Georgia. China has confirmed the appointment of Hua Chuofeng as the new chairman of China's Communist Party, succeeding the late Mao Zedong. Japanese news correspondents today report the arrest of more than 30 Chinese leaders, including Mao Zedong's widow. There's been no official confirmation. I'm Rita Sands, CBS News, New York.
Back at Yankee Stadium, this is Ned Martin with Ernie Harwell. The Yankees have a threat going here in the 6th inning. Kansas City leads by a score of 3-2. But the Yankees have Roy White at third and Thurman Munson at second with nobody out. Carlos May is going to bat, so Billy Martin is making his move. He will bat for Piniella. And Marty Patton is taking his warm-up, Ernie.
Well, Marty, the 33-year-old veteran, sort of a stocky right-hand pitcher. His regular season record, he had a earned run average of 2.49. He won 8 games and lost 14, and he had 15 starts. So he has been used both as a reliever and a starting pitcher. He's taking his tune-up tosses right now. Billy Martin, meanwhile, has come out to speak with his third base coach, Dick Hauser. The Yankees with a big threat, trail by a run, 3-2. They've got a man at second. They have a man at third, and there's nobody out. And Carlos May has been inserted now as a pinch batter for Lou Piniella. So Martin gets the left-hand batter up against the right-hander, Marty Patton, and let's go back to Ned Martin.
Okay, big spot right here for Carlos May, who will become the designated hitter and locked into that spot, and they're going to put him on. They're not going to mess with him. They will walk in intentionally to load the bases and set up a fourth and or double play situation. Whitey Herzog will not pitch to May, a tough left-handed hitter in a spot like this. Carlos has been in this series now, and this is came into it with 2 hits and 5 times at bat. And they are putting him on, so the intentional walk will be given right away. Some people say, why bring in a pitcher to do that? One reason is that it gives him a little bit more time on the mound in a game situation, getting himself into a rhythm there. Mark Littell has joined Tom Hall in the bullpen now for the Royals. And now, let's see, here comes Whitey again. Herzog is moving with Chris Chambliss up there, and they want Tommy Hall right this moment. Marty Patton has been the long and short relief man, a spot starter, and actually during September, when the Royals were really having their troubles, he was about their most effective pitcher. But his job tonight is done, and he will leave in favor of Tom Hall, a left-hander who has been in postseason play and World Series before. So Carlos May, now the designated hitter, gets the intentional walk. They've loaded the bases, and Marty Patton has a rather peculiar tour of duty here this night. Comes in, pitches 4 intentional pitches outside the strike zone, and then goes to the dugout. So, actually, Patton will not have any part of an inning, although, should May score, his run would be charged to Patton. So now, Tommy Hall is coming in. Left-hander, he will pitch when he gets ready to Chris Chambliss and Greg Nettles.
Tom Hall has won 1 and lost 1 so far in the regular season, and he made 31 appearances. They were all in relief, and he had 1 save. He's the former Minnesota Twin and Cincinnati Red pitcher. Taking over now for Marty Patton, who came in and gave up the intentional walk and then leaves the contest. You're tuned to your CBS Radio Network station for game number 3 in the American League playoffs. And that means you're tuned to the only radio spot for the World Series. Starting Saturday, October the 16th, CBS Radio Sports brings you exclusive radio play-by-play coverage. Follow the series on radio right here. If ever anybody had a job to do, it's this thin left-hander, Tom Hall now. He's coming into a bases-loaded, no-out situation. And some of the folks here in New York booing Tom. He was a one-time Mets pitcher in addition to the other clubs that we mentioned. And had a little confab at the mound, and Martinez out there to talk to Hall, and he'll take his tune-up to lunches. This afternoon, the Cincinnati Reds completed a 3-game sweep of the National League Championship Series, scoring 3 runs in the 9th inning to beat the Philadelphia Phillies 76. Cincinnati had won the 2 earlier games by scores of 6-3 and 6-2. So now they'll wait to see who win the playoffs here in the American League, and then the World Series will get underway, as we mentioned, on Saturday afternoon in Cincinnati. Bases loaded, and it happened this way. White will walk to open the inning. And Munson sliced the double down the right field line. It looked for a moment as if White might be able to score. O'Ket played the ball pretty well off the wall and held White at third base. Munson cruising easily into second for the second double of the series. And then May was inserted as a pinch hitter, or the designated batter, the right-hand hitting Lou Piniella. May, the left-hand batter, was walked. And now that brings up the man who has produced the 2 Yankee runs, Chris Chambliss, with the bases loaded, nobody out, and he's net again. Tommy Hall worked with the Mets last year, won 4 and lost 3. He has had this championship playoff experience, though. He was with the Minnesota Twins in the 69 playoffs, with the Minnesota Twins in 70 also, where he got in a couple of ball games, and with Cincinnati in 72 and 73. Now he faces the rough, tough Chris Chambliss with the bases loaded and nobody out. Yankees trail by a run. Here it is. Chambliss takes the breaking ball for a strike. What they try to do is jam Chris Chambliss with hard stuff up and in, and then try to back him off the plate a little bit, and then throw him breaking stuff away, which is a normal kind of way of pitching the hitters, but you try to get him more back than most, to really jam him hard or serve him a lot. There's a foul ball out of play down the third base line. And now quickly, Tommy Hall is ahead of Chambliss 0-2. Another left-handed hitter, Greg Nettles, is on deck.
Big crowd eating this one up right now. The Yankees have come from a 3-0 deficit to trail 3-2 and have all those people on base. Paul, the slim left-hander from North Carolina, winds and throws, wastes the fastball outside. When he first came up into the majors, he could throw very hard. He has a whip-like arm. He's been primarily a relief pitcher in his career. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Infield tense behind him. They're a double play depth around second base. 1-2 pitch. Bouncing ball to second. This will score a run. The throw to second base, that's all it can get. 1 out. And it's tied up 3-3. White scores. Chambliss gets his 3rd RBI. The runner at second base, Carlos May, was 4th. The only play they had, White to Patek, 4-6. The ball was not hit sharply enough to turn the double play. So Roy White scores a tying run. Munson moves into third base. Safe at first on the fielder's choice is Chambliss. There is 1 out now with runners at the corners and Greg Nettles up. Buck Martinez motioning to John Mayberry about playing with Nettles there, a pull hitter, an uppercut hitter. Nettles has walked and struck out. Andy Hassler has gone. That run is charged to him, the one that just scored. He's also responsible for Munson at third. Now the Royals really want to turn the double play. Paul works to Nettles. It's high and outside, ball 1. Steve Mingori throwing in the bullpen. Littell has been out there with him. Strike swinging, and the count evens up 1-1 to Nettles. Left-hander Steve Mingori is the primary left-hander in the bullpen for Whitey Herzog. And the hard-throwing youngster, Mark Littell. 1-1 to Nettles. Chambliss off first, Munson off third. 3-3. It is. Line drive to center field, and it is in there for a base hit. Here comes Munson with a go-ahead run. Runners at first and second, and the Yankees lead 4-3. Greg Nettles slamming one that hit right in front of center fielder Al Collins. For a moment, it appeared that Collins would catch the ball, but he held up, and the ball dropped right in front of him for a clean single, scoring Munson and sending Chambliss to second. And now Whitey Herzog is out again. He wants the other left-hander, Mingori, right now. He does not want the right-hander to face Elliott Maddox. He wants Mingori. So Tommy Hall faces 2 batters in his stint. Gets one of them out. A run is scored, is not charged to him. Pitches to 2 batters and gives up 1 hit. Is responsible for a base runner. The 2 runs that have scored are charged to Andy Hassler, whose complete record now, 5 innings pitched. Gave up 4 hits and 4 runs. The Yankees have gone ahead for the first time in this ball game and are still fussing around with runners at first and second and only a couple of 1 out. And Maddox, Randolph, and Stanley scheduled up. So it's still not over as Whitey Herzog has seen a 3-run lead frittered away, and the Yankees, playing like the Yankees they have all year long, are in command at this point. It's the 6th inning with the Yankees leading the Royals 4-3. I want to remind you that tomorrow on CBS Radio, game number 4 will be broadcast right here on your CBS station. The Yankees versus the Royals. Airtime will be 7 minutes past 3 o'clock, 3:07 Eastern Daylight Time, and 2:07 Central. That's tomorrow at 3:07 Eastern and 2:07 Central for Game 4 on this CBS Radio Network. And also, don't forget that starting next Saturday, October 16th, you'll hear the World Series action, exclusive radio play-by-play, right here on this CBS Radio Network station. So Hassler has gone, Patton has gone, Hall has gone, and Steve Mingori is on for his second appearance in the playoff series to face Elliot Maddox when he does come up.
Now, Mingori during the regular season had a 5-5 record. All his appearances were in relief. He was in 55 games and he came up with 10 saves. His only appearance in this series, the one you mentioned, came in the second game where he relieved Splitoff in the ninth inning. He pitched to Rivers, got him on a ground ball to shortstop. Then he retired White on a fly to center. After which Munson singled and Chambers singled. And it looked as if the Yankees were threatening to kick up their heels a little bit there in the ninth inning. But then Mingori got the final batter made on a strikeout and picked up a save in the Kansas City victory in game number 2 of the series. The victory for the Royals that evened it at that point 1-1. The Royals were out in front early in this game. They got 3 in the opening inning. The Yankees came back with 2 on a home run by Chambers in the 4th. And they picked up another pair here in the 6th inning. And they are still alive with 1 out and 2 men on. And Steve Mingori takes over. Each team in this series has shown that it can come back behind from a deficit. The Yankees, of course, were out in front all the way during the first game. The Royals came back to win it in the second, although the Yankees had come back to go ahead. And the Royals had a strong 3-0 lead with Hassler looking good, but that's all gone. Elliot Maddox has struck out and grounded to short. The pitch by Mingori. Ball outside. Mingori, a smallish left-hander with good breaking stuff, keeps the ball down. So the slider and the sinker. Tough on left-handed hitters. Right now, pitching the right-handed batter, Elliot Maddox. His ball, his sinker ball, will tail away from a right-hander. There's one outside, ball 2. So it's 2-0 to Maddox. Long inning going here with 4 pitchers having worked here in this inning to only 5 batters. Now 6. 6 batters, 4 pitchers. Talk about the wheels spinning in the dugout. There's the set by Mingori, and strike 1 is called. He thumbs it across that inside corner. It's 2-1 to Maddox. One thing among several that went wrong with the Philadelphia Phillies in their National League playoff losses was the failure of the bullpen to respond. The bullpen that had worked so hard all year. See how Kansas City's does now. Curve is outside, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to Maddox. At second base, Chris Chandler. At first, Greg Nettles. 3-1 pitch, rides in and is popped up down the right field line, curving foul, and it's going to be out of play. Long strike, and the count is 3-2. Full to Maddox with Randolph on deck. Wright led the inning with a walk. Went to third on Munson's off-field double. That exited Andy Hassler. Marty Patton was brought in to pitch to Carlos May, who was batting for Pinella in the DH spot. Walked in intentionally, then left the game. Tommy Hall worked to Stambles, got a fielder's choice and a run scored. Gave up a single to Nettles, and now it is Mingori 3-2 to Maddox. Here it comes. Fly ball in the right center in the gap. Base hit. Covered out there by Collins. A run will score. The throw comes into White. Runners at second and third. It's 5-3 New York. A double into the right center field alley by Elliot Maddox. Scoring Stamblers and sending Nettles to third. And the Yankees are running wild here. And again, from the dugout comes manager Whitey Herzog. He is down to about his last man out there, except for Doug Bird. He's going to bring Mark Littell in while this game is still close. The bullpen has not worked for him. The bullpen, which had been effective throughout the year with fellows like Patton
Hall, Mingori, Littell, so far has fallen down tonight. So Mingori pitches no part of an inning, gives up one hit, is responsible for a run. The run is scored by Chambliss is charged to Marty Patton. So Patton went no part of the inning, gave up no hits, one run, one walk. And anything that's left now is charged to Hall and Mingori. So Steve Mingori, facing the right-handed batter, gives a base hit to right center field. And we'll see in the morning, Ernie, or after the game, whether the people who like to second-guess these things and look at it in hindsight will say, why did they bring Mingori, a left-hander, in to face Elliott Maddox, the right-hander, unless they feared that maybe a left-handed batter would be installed by Billy Martin.
Well, there'll be plenty of time for that, and I'm sure a lot of fellows and ladies, too, will take advantage of the old American pastime, the right to second guess. Here's Country Littell, as they call him, big right-hander coming into pitch. Littell. He won 8 and lost 4 in the regular season and had 60 appearances, and all of those were in relief except one time he started. Littell had 16 saves to his credit throughout the 1976 season. And now they have a little conference coming on per usual. And we're getting a Patton's complete record that I initiated that. He pitched the one batter, gave up 1 run and no hit, and two for the walk. The run scored with strikes to him. So it's been Patton in the 6th inning, Hall here in the 6th inning, Mingori in the 6th inning, and now Littell, the big, hard-throwing right-hander, in the 6th inning. Well, not too many left out there now in the Royal bullpen. As Whitey Herzog, the Royal manager, tries to stem the Yankee tide here. It picks up 3 runs to take the lead, 5-3. The totals right now, each team is 6 hits. The Yankees 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. The Royals have 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. Dock Ellis, incidentally, has gone all the way for the Yankees, and he settled down after a shaky first inning. It looks like he might not survive that opening inning when the Royals picked up 3 runs on 3 hits. Then he's allowed only 3 singles since then, and he's been aided by 2 Yankee double plays since that first inning. Well, the Yankees riding high now. They've got a 2-run lead. Let's go back to Ned.
All right, it'll be Willie Randolph up. Randolph has grounded to short and walked. Still only 1 out. That was on a 4th out. Chambliss forcing May at second base, and on that even, a run scored. Now the Royals will bring their infield in. They have to. They don't want any more runs possible to cross. Keep it on a 2-run basis. But right now, the Yankees are in the seat. Right? They are driving. Infield in all the way around. Patek 2 steps off the grass. Everybody right up the edge of the grass. Pitch to Randolph. Fastball, strike call. Littell can hum it. He is maybe as fast a right-handed relief pitcher as there is in the American League. Born in Missouri. Here's the steady, working from a stretch with runners at second and third. Pitching, inside fastball, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, this is the kind of spot where Billy Martin likes to use the old squeeze once in a while. I'm sure that the Royals will be looking out for it.
Well, think about it. They really have it somewhat in their favor because they are drawn in. The point they're not deep. But Martin does a lot of things. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the set by Littell. Drops to the belt. His pitch, and there's the squeeze. Attempted foul. So they tried it. The infielders were looking for it a little bit because they had Brett charging from third, Mayberry from first. They had the pitcher coming straight in, Littell. And they had Freddie Patek trailing the play and covering third. But it didn't work, and now the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Randolph didn't get the bunt down. And we'll see what Billy tries now. Namely, the All-American expedient of getting a 2-base hit, which would score both runs. Al Fitzmaurice gets up to throw in the Royal bullpen. Fitzmaurice is out there, so is Doug Bird. Yankees lead 5-3. Batting in the 6th inning. It's been a long one. Here it is. And the pitch is fouled on a check swing by Randolph, who was in on him, just picked his bat and got away from Martinez. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. With all of this, there have been just 3 hits this inning, a double by Munson, a single by Nettles, a double by Maddox. There have been 2 walks, 1 intentional. Now we're ready again as Littell looks to third. Throws to the plate, strike 3, swinging, a slider. Littell has a good hard slider, and he used it that time to strike Randolph out. So the youngster comes on and fans his first batter, and now here is Stanley. Fred Stanley is 0 for 2. Stanley popped to shortstop and grounded to first. Martinez is out talking to Littell. One thing that you don't do is let down on the number 9 hitter, a fellow like Stanley, which some clubs have. And he hurts it. He is 4 for 9 at this point in this series. That's 3 hits in 1 game. They don't play him to pull. Collins is over toward right center. The whole outfield is pushed around to right. They give him the left field line. Just steps and the pitch to him. Slider away, ball 1. Yankees lead by 2. They've scored 3 runs in this 6th inning. They got their other 2 in the 4th on Chambliss's 2-run homer. The Royals picked up 3 in the top of the 1st inning, right off the bat off Dock Ellis. But Ellis has kept it out since. Hit it. High, a fastball. You could hear that one pop into the glove of Martinez, but it was out of the strike zone. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 to Stanley. Mickey Rivers on deck. Here's the set. And the pitch. Ball 3. Almost hit him. One thing that you would think that Littell would not want to do is walk the number 9 hitter and bring up Rivers, the left-handed batter who can kill you in a lot of ways. That would bring up Mickey with the bases loaded. He's within 1 pitch of doing that. 3-0 to Stanley. Here it is. Strike call, 3-1. Now Fred checks with Hauser at third. He wants him to take another one. Or go for it if it's right around the wheelhouse somewhere. 3 balls, 1 strike. Chambliss at third base. Or Nettles at third, rather, and Maddox at second. Here is the 3-1 pitch, and it's ball 4. Bases loaded. Littell walks Stanley. He's at first. Maddox at second. Nettles at third, and the 9th man of the inning coming up, Mickey Rivers. Rivers has had 1 hit in 3 trips, an infield single in the first. Well, the infield moves back now. I'm not even worrying about anybody except Rivers himself. They don't move back deep. They shorten up a little bit at short and second because of Mickey's speed. But there is a play at any base, so they don't necessarily have to go for him. Then he shortens up and takes high and inside for a ball. Galen Cisco, the pitching coach, now is sent out by Whitey Herzog, who talks to his pitcher and try to calm the youngster down. Littell is just 23 years old. And, of course, in a situation like this, probably his adrenaline is really running. That might run the ball out of the strike zone a lot. He's throwing very hard, but missing high. He's wild high. Last year, he won 1 and lost 2 in brief activity for Kansas City after spending the year in Omaha. Cisco and George Brett and Buck Martinez are all out there talking to Littell, and now they leave Cisco with him, taps him on the tailgate, and runs back toward the dugout. The count is 1-0 to Mickey Rivers. He's about as welcome as a barrel of electric eels to a pitcher in this situation. It is. Strike called. Rivers just kind of floating the bat back and forth in pendulum style. Just taking on that one all the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rivers, as we've mentioned, does not often walk. He did Sunday once and surprised everybody. Here's the pitch. Strike swinging. The challenge by a fastball from Mark Littell. The count is now 1-2 to Rivers. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the set. The pitch. Fly ball, back of shortstop, back of third, over for Patek. He's got it in fair ground to end the inning. So it mercifully ends for the Kansas City Royals in the 6th inning as 9 men come to bat for New York. They score 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 3 were left. And the score at the end of 6 is Yankees 5, Royals 3.
There I was. Successful businessman, wonderful family, nice home, no crabgrass. But I had to work for it all. I never actually won anything until I played budget rent-a-cars. I can't wait to win these things. I won, and you can too. Because every extra driver was on 5 different prices. The first prices of a brand new Chevrolet Caprice, all the way to terrific-looking T-shirt iron. Look, there's no purchase necessary, and the offer expires November 30th. So unless it's prohibited in your area, play the I can't wait to win sweepstakes today at participating budget locations. Be an instant winner. Life is nicer when you're a winner. Sweepstakes rules available at participating locations or through our mail-in offer in National Magazine. And right now at participating budget locations, you can rent a Chevrolet Caprice or similar car for only $14.95 a day, 15 cents a mile plus gas. Be an instant winner at Budget Rent-A-Car.
Well, let's see now. 6 inning totals read like this. The Yankees 5 runs and 6 hits. The Royals 3 runs and 6 hits. Dock Ellis, the beneficiary of all these riches, is now taking his warm-up, ready to pitch to Hal McRae, Tom Poquette, and Frank White. Dock looked very shaky in the first inning. Gave up the 3 runs. He got the side in order in the second. Pitched to only 3 men in the third, aided by a double play ball. Runner got on in the 4th inning on a hit batsman. He was out stealing. Patek singled to open the 5th. He was out stealing. And there was a single by Brett in the 6th, and he was caught in a double play. So the infield and Munson have backed Ellis up. The Royals have gotten people on base in every inning but the second, but they trail 5-3. In the bullpen for New York now, realizing that maybe Ellis has had a long, long stay in his dugout while his team was getting the runs, Kidrow and Lyle are warning. Left-hander Sparky Lyle, right-hander Dick Kidrow. So Whitey Herzog, who is making all the moves, getting every pitcher that he possibly could in there, and has kept this thing relatively close. When one big hit, other than the double by Maddox, especially if there'd been a big one by Rivers, could have put this game out of reach, or just about. Well, there's plenty of time left in this one. We're in the top of the 7th. McRae, the batter, hasn't been up officially. Sacrifice fly and hit by a pitch. Fly ball, right field. Not deep enough. Under it is Maddox. Elliott one-handed, that's all. McRae flies to right, that's 1 away. Tom Poquette has doubled and struck out. He doubled home a run in the first inning. He had 3 hits and 8 times up in the series. Left-handed batter. Now the Royals must needs get people on base, and trailing by 2 runs, they can still run a little, but maybe not as much as when they were ahead. Can't take too many chances. They have to get back in this thing. The strike is called on Poquette. They get in on a 1-run basis, and they can try to advance that man to second base. Right now, they need 2 to tie. Change up by Ellis, bounced foul past first. Dock came in with a good change that time and had Poquette off balance. He was swinging way ahead of it. 0-2 to Poquette. Frank White on deck, but he's not going to bat. Cookie Rojas has come out and is kneeling on deck and will bat for White. Cookie Rojas. At this point, Whitey Herzog needs offense. Check swing by Poquette. Gets away from Munson. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The hits are even here, but the Yankees have the big one. And actually, the equalizer, or the one that's not the equalizer, but the difference hit, is the homer by Chambliss, a 2-run job. The Yankees are leading by 2 runs. Hit by Ellis. Little pop foul, third base side. It's going to be out of play. Over the Royals dugout on the third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Game here tomorrow on the CBS radio network tomorrow afternoon. What? Well, we'll see whether it'll be the finish of this thing or whether it'll be carried over to Thursday, but there will be one tomorrow. Strike 3 swinging. Dock Ellis with the slider running in on Poquette, strikes him out. That's 4 strikeouts for Ellis. 2 out, and Cookie Rojas batting for Frank White. This is Rojas' second appearance as a pinch hitter in this series. Right-handed batter, the veteran who for many years held down second base here, and of course in the National League had some fine years with the Philadelphia Phillies. The pitch is outside and high for a ball. He was a fine second baseman. He played with one of the best shortstops at that time, fielding shortstops in the National League, Bobby Wine. Pitch is outside for a ball, and some wag somewhere wrote about the plays of Wine and Rojas. That's pretty bad. Down ball to second. Picked up by Randolph, throws to first, that's all. Cookie Rojas grounds out second to first, and it's 1-2-3 in the 7th for the Royals.
A new record for the new Yankee Stadium.
Attendance coming in now.
6,808.
You may have heard that on our squawk box right here in the booth. A new record for Yankee Stadium II. 56,808. What with the people in left center field, the bleachers open, as Ernie told you earlier, for the first time. That added on to what the capacity had been, 54,028. 56,808 tonight at Yankee Stadium. And most of them are having fun. Up, batting left-handed this time, takes a strike from Littell. White has struck out, grounded out, and walked. He has scored a run. Tomorrow afternoon, it'll be Catfish Hunter against Larry Gura. Same matchup as in Game 1. Pitch inside to White. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thurman Munson on deck. And Mr. Munson has been instrumental tonight. He has thrown out 2 runners coming back from his dismal Sunday. Pitch is inside for a ball, 2-1. It's 2 out 2 on opening day, Saturday. Then threw 2 away on Sunday for throwing errors. But he's gunned down a couple tonight. And the Royals' running game has been taken away from them. Fly ball, center field, not too deep. Coming in toward right center is Cowens, and Al Cowens makes the catch. Everybody was out there. They had Potek ranging far from short. And the outfielders coming in, but it was Cowens' ball all the way. Thurman Munson has lined to right, grounded to short, and doubled to right. Very big double, setting up all this scoring in the 6th inning. It was after a leadoff walk to Roy White, and the double got the starter, Andy Hassler, out of there. Munson, the batter, with Carlos May on deck. 1 out, Yankees leading 5-3, 7th inning at New York. Now the pitch. Swinging strike. Littell has a lot of cool for a youngster. Earlier in the season, people saw Whitey Herzog go to the bullpen and bring this fella in tight spots, and they were wondering why a youngster. But then when they saw him throw, they knew why. The one-strike delivery. Line drive, base hit to left field. Covering toward the line is Wolford, and holding it first with a long single is Munson. He just muscled that one out there. A line drive, base hit to left. The Yankees have a runner with one out. So the Yankees have cut people on base off every pitcher that they have faced. That's the first hit off Littell and the seventh for New York. Carlos Maya batted for Piniella in the DH spot in the sixth inning and was intentionally walked. Didn't work too well. He was forced later on, but 2 runs surrounded that. Patek and Rojas, the double play depth. Cookie Rojas playing second base now after batting for Frank White. The pitch. High strike call right at the shoulders. Fastball rode right in there, and nothing in one. Outfield straightaway on May. Stokes way up on the bat. Red glove on the right hand and a white glove on the left. Fastball up and away. Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Big bang out crowd at Yankee Stadium for this first game in this new ballpark of a playoff nature. The site itself, however, has seen others. Many others. Here's the stretch by Littell. So to first, not in time. Mayberry holding against Munson at first. Rojas is the second baseman. Patek at short. And George Brett at third. It's Wolford, Cowens, and Poquette left to right in the outfield. The pitch. Strike called outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitcher is Mark Littell, and the catcher is Buck Martinez. You're looking to the top of inning number 8. Patek, Martinez, and Wolford will be scheduled up for the Royals. They've got to get into that 90-foot game again. Strike 3, swinging. May is out of there, 2 away. Second strikeout for Littell. The hand for Chris Chambliss. He has knocked in 3 of the 5 Yankees runs. 2 of them with a homer in the 4th, and another with a fielder's choice in the 6th. He is 1 for 3. 6 for 11, or 6 for 12 on the series, batting .500. Munson edges off first, not a big lead. No threat to go. There's a high pop foul over toward the third base dugout. Martinez near it, but it bounces right on top of the dugout and into the crowd. 1 strike. The Cincinnati Reds are National League champions again, defeating the Philadelphia Phils 7-6 this afternoon at Cincinnati. Big ninth inning. They were trailing 6-4. It appeared the Phils were going to stay alive. They had Ron Reed in there, who'd been their best reliever all year. And immediately, bang, home run, George Foster. Next man up, bang, home run, Johnny Bench. Tied it up, and eventually they went on to win on a chopping ground ball to first with the bases loaded. So they will wait, play inter-squad games, and see what happens here. It'll start Saturday in the National League city, Cincinnati. Pitch, runner goes, swinging strike and a foul tip. And Munson, as they had a play going, will have to come back. He was not going as a stealer. They had Chandler swinging and tried to get Thurman a jump or 2 or a step or 2 over there. The count is 0-2 to Chandler. Yankees leading 5-3. They're batting in the 7th. Littell peers down for the sign. Goes to first. A hard throw over there, but Munson was only 2 steps off. Gets back easily. Up. Now the set. And the pitch. Ground ball, right side, a hit. Almost hit Munson, who will go to third. Runners at first and third, 2 out. Chris Chambliss, right in the middle of things again, strokes a single to right. Munson was moving and almost was hit by that bouncing ball. Of course, that would have been the third out. But now the Yankees are riding again with runners at the corners and 2 away, and Greg Nettles up. Nettles had a big hit in the 6th inning, singling home a run to keep things going. Nettles is 1 for 2 officially. He has walked once. The Yankees leading 5-3 and threatening for more. 2 outs, 2 on. 7th inning. Royal infield, shading Nettles toward right, playing very deep in the infield. And Mayberry guarding the line at first base, playing behind Chambliss. Time called, Martinez out to talk to Littell. Now back behind the plate. Greg Nettles, a go-for-broke kind of hitter, the American League batting champion in '76. Now Littell is ready and throws, and it's outside low, ball 1. Elliot Maddox on deck. He's been heard from tonight, a double driving in a run. One ball, no strike. Right fielder Tom Poquette playing very deep for Nettles, as well he might. And here comes. Check swing, it's outside, ball 2. 2-0. Royals pitching staff struggling. Somewhat of a disappointment, I would imagine, to Whitey Herzog, except for the brilliant job turned in Sunday by Paul Splithorn. And not a bad job, really, on opening day by Larry Gura. Pitch to Nettles, a check swing foul off his foot, and it rolls out to third base, where it's picked up by Brett, and Nettles is down. That one right off his right foot, either off the instep or the toe. He sees so many times when a batter will do that. Some hitters will wear a protective flap on his shoe. Now, help from the Yankee trainer with some ethyl chloride spray to deaden the pain as Nettles just sits at home plate. And that gives Littell time to do a little extra warming up, loosening up as Greg Nettles. You know, Ernie, sometimes you wonder, especially in cold weather, not that cold tonight, but in the spring when a hitter does that, how he can ever stand again. It's hard, but they do it, and they manage to stand there. Monahan is looking him over now. He's on his feet again. He seems to be all right. You wonder how they can get back in there and take a full stride, but they're so used to it, I guess, and the spray does help. The count is 2-1 to Greg. He has walked, struck out, and singled. Line drive single. It fell right in front of Al Collins in the 6th inning. He was almost ready to catch it. Littell to the stretch. The pause, and the pitch. Foul. Here it comes. Right up far away, only above us. 2 now to Nettles. Munson at third base and Chambliss at first. 2 out. Littell working very, very deliberately. Reads his sign from Martinez. Now gets set. Here it comes. There goes Chambliss, fouled back. Chambliss moving to second base has to return as Nettles took a big cut and fouled it to the screen. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs and 2 on. Yankees 5, Royals 3. Royals got 3 in the first, the Yankees 2 in the fourth, and 3 in the sixth. 2-2. Nettle was waiting, leveling the bat back and forth. Long look by Littell. Young right-hander throws. Chambliss goes again, and again it's fouled off, and Chris will take off another pound or 2 coming back. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Al Fitzmaurice working doggedly in the bullpen for the Royals. He hasn't been used as yet in this series. And, of course, he was one of the main ones, one of the main starters that Whitey Herzog had this year. Fitzmaurice, Doug Bird coming out of the bullpen to be a starter. And, of course, Leonard, Dennis Leonard. 2-2 delivery. Ground ball foul outside of first, past Ellie Howard. Chambliss was holding that time at first. 2-2. That was a big three that they had, and Marty Patton was a starter later on. They all were trying to take up slack. The slack left by the injury and eventual operation on Steve Busby, a potential 20-game winner. Whitworth, who was out half the season. Here it comes. There goes Chambliss. There's a ball. A bluff towards second, a throw to third. Not in time. Stolen base for Chris Chambliss. Martinez went through with a bluff, hoping that Munson would take the bluff and move off the bag. But Thurman was off it a little bit. He drew a throw down there, but not in time. Chambliss gets the steal. Runners at second and third, and the count is 3-2 now to Nettles, where a base hit now would make it even more serious for the Royals, who trail by 2. Time called by shortstop Fred Patek. And he moves over to talk to his pitcher. Nettles, a left-handed batter up. Now, what do you want to do? Do you want to walk him? Change this left-handed hitter up and load the bases, setting up the fourth. Also risking the walk, and then take your chances with right-handed hitter Elliott Maddox, who is due up next. But then, if that happens, it's very possible that they could bat for Maddox and put Oscar Gamble, a left-handed hitter, in there, who can be tough on right-handed pitching. 3-2. Be very careful, is what they say. Careful to Nettles. The windup. The 3-2 pitch. Ground ball to first base, taken by Mayberry. Plays it alone for the final out. The Yankees do not score, though they do have a threat going. Nettles grounding out to Mayberry unassisted. No runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. There were 2 hits and 2 men left on base. At the end of 7, the score, the Yankees 5, the Royals 3.
Now, Jim Palmer, the Baltimore pitcher, today was named the winner of the 4th annual Joe Cronin Award. Palmer has won 20 more games now for 6 of the last 7 seasons, including a league-leading 22 victories this year. They had a ceremonial presentation of the award made prior to the game here tonight between the Yankees and the Royals. And Mr. Cronin is celebrating his 70th birthday on this date. The award is for, quote, significant achievement in baseball, end quote. And that's sort of a rough equivalent to the Player of the Year presentation. This season, Jim Palmer won 22 games for the Orioles, the most in the league. He also topped the American League in innings pitched, in games started, and he was 5th with his earned run average of 2.51. Jim is among the leading candidates for the Cy Young Award for 1976. And if he gets it, he'll be the first American Leaguer to win it 3 times. You're tuned to your CBS Radio Network station for game number 3 in the American League playoffs. And that means you're tuned to the only radio spot for the World Series. Starting Saturday, October the 16th, CBS Radio Sports brings you exclusive radio play-by-play coverage. Follow the series on radio right here.
Well, a lot of folks talking about the Cincinnati Reds and what a fine ball club they are, and deservedly so. Have proved themselves the best in baseball over the last couple of years. They will face the winner of this series, of course, starting Saturday afternoon. But a word about the Philadelphia Phillies, who did an excellent job and were an awesome baseball team for most of 1976. They won 101 games, just one less than the Reds who beat them in the playoffs. But you'll hear from the Phils for quite a few seasons to come. Freddie Patek bounces one foul as we start the 8th inning. Patek has grounded out and singled. The Royals trail the Yankees 5-3. We're running out of track here. It's the 8th inning. Patek, Martinez, and Wolford scheduled up, and Martinez will not bat. Jamie Quirk is on deck. Left-handed hitter. As Whitey Herzog feels that he better go to his bench. It's 1-1 now to Patek. Foul back. One ball, 2 strikes. Dock Ellis has gone all the way for New York. Pitched himself a strong ball game since the first inning when he was cold at the start. Drive to third. Nice play by Nettles on the trap hop. He throws him out. Good play on a ball that exploded at his feet. He stayed right with it and threw out Patek. One away. 2 good plays by Nettles in this game. Here is Jamie Quirk, left-handed pinch hitter, coming on to bat. Batting for Buck Martinez, so there'll be another catcher in the bottom of this inning. Jamie. Be another catcher in the bottom of this inning. Jamie Quirk, left-handed hitter. Oh, the year hit 246 in limited duty for the Royals, but he helped out too. Pitches outside to him for a ball.
This is the largest crowd to ever see an American League Championship Series game. It is posted by the opening tonight of the
1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch to Quirk gets a high foul ball out of play, third base side. Let's pause here 10 seconds for station identification. This is the CBS Radio Network.
With the 97 coin cash box sticker, you could win a television set, or even money. But without the sticker, you get nothing. KOIN, Portland.
Back at Yankee Stadium, Ned Martin here with Ernie Harwell. The Yankees leading the Royals 5-3. We're in the top of the 8th inning, and Jamie Quirk is batting for Buck Martinez. He was the top left-handed pinch hitter for the Royals this year. Inside, the slider from Dock Ellis. 2 balls, 1 strike. His first full year in the majors, and he backed up George Brett at third. Also played a couple of games at first base. Ground foul off to the right. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Now Ellis goes to work, and it's way high off the glove of Munson, who looks out at it and says, "That's not what I called for." Both bullpens are busy with Lyle and Kidrow in the Yankee pen, and Dennis Leonard, who started the Sunday game, right-hander, going with Paul Splittorff in the Royals bullpen. The count is 2-2, and the scoreboard has 3-3 up there.
Not easy.
No, it isn't. For a while it was 2-3, and then they changed it to 3-3. Ellis working to Quirk. And a way outside pitch. It's off the edge of the glove by Munson. Sherman having a time with Ellis right now. Three balls, 2 strikes. And Herzog is coming out to talk to the plate umpire, George Maloney. He has had his word. I don't know what that was either. Jamie Quirk from Whittier, California, stands in. 3-2. Pitched by Ellis, a foul ball. He went for a pitch around the knees, or maybe lower, but it was close enough to go for. And the count hangs at 3-2. Jim Wolford on deck. Crowd just saw one of the policemen. I don't know what that was for. Somebody reached over and got a baseball, and I guess they're going to say it's illegal. Strike 3, swinging. Dock Ellis with a sinking fastball strikes out pinch hitter Jamie Quirk. There are 2 away. Jim Wolford is up. He has walked, grounded out, and flied to center, and Billy Martin wants a word with Ellis. Munson is out there talking, and Nettles is over from third. Yankees now just 4 outs away from a very big win in this playoff series, and an edge. A big edge going into tomorrow afternoon. Wolford 0 for 2. He scored a run in the first inning when it appeared for a while as if the Royals were going to hit and run away from the Yankees and hide, but that is not to be. Strike called, slider hitting the outside corner. Ellis working smoothly now. And a 1-2-3 inning in the second, again in the seventh. Ball back, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs in the 8th. Nobody on. Ellis reads the sign and goes to work. Ball outside, 2-1. Al Collins on deck. 2-1 pitch. Low and outside, ball 3. 3-1. No doubt about it. The Royals do miss Amos Otis, regardless of what's said or what bravado is shown. You just don't get a player of that caliber out in a series like this and not feel it. Ball 4. Wolford is on. And that is not to knock Jim Wolford, who's done a good job playing the outfield and being on base a while. Dock Ellis walks his second batter. He's hit one. And now, as it turns out, the tying runs at the plate for the Royals. Al Collins, who does not hit the long ball, is 1 for 3 tonight. Singled in the third. The Royals have not been able to lay back and wait for the long ball this season. Mainly because their main home run hitter, John Mayberry, has had an off year. Pitch to Collins inside, ball 1. Ellis has fanned 5 while walking 2. Strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yankees 5, Royals 3. Royals batting in the 8th. 2 out, 1 on. Infield deep. The set by Ellis. And the pitch is fouled back by Collins. So he is behind 1-2. And he's been pitched outside by Ellis all night long, breaking stuff away, and it's given him trouble. He's managed 1 hit, a leadoff single in the third, but he was doubled up after that. And Nettles made a good play off him in the 6th. There's a drive over short, but stabbed by Stanley for the final out. Nice play by Fred Stanley, who went to his left, leaped a little bit, and speared a hot line drive. And Cowens is hitting in tough luck tonight. That's all for the Royals in the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, one left. In the middle of the 8th, the score, the Yankees 5, the Royals 3.
Introducing 3 new full-size cars from Buick. The 1977 LeSabre, Electra, and Riviera. Something very special has happened to them since last year. There's a new leanness in the strength. They're impressively agile, easy to maneuver in city traffic, and they offer better gas mileage. In EPA tests, the new LeSabre with standard V6 and automatic transmission got 25 miles per gallon on the highway, 18 in the city. Electra and Riviera with standard V8 and automatic transmission got 22 on the highway, 15 in the city. Now, these figures are estimates. In California, they're lower, and your mileage may vary. But those are remarkable mileage numbers for luxurious 6-passenger automobiles. LeSabre, Electra, and Riviera. They're the full-size cars of the future.
We acknowledge their fine behavior tonight and look forward.
Defensive change for the Royals. Bob Stinson has gone into catch for Kansas City, replacing Martinez, whom they hit for. Bob Stinson catching, that's the only other change, the only change in this inning for Whitey Herzog. The Royals are trailing the Yankees 5-3, and the Yankees will be at bat in the bottom of the 8th inning with the lower third of their order coming up against Mark Littell. Maddox, Randolph, and Stanley scheduled up. Yankees with 2 big innings, the 4th and the 6th, with 2 in the 4th and 3 in the 6th. And the Royals got their 3 runs in the 1st, so they've been the big inning concept tonight. But Littell has not done badly since coming on. He came on to put out all kinds of smoldering and raging fires in the 6th inning with a strikeout, a walk, and a pop-up. Then got out of a self-made jam in the 7th. They'd given up a couple of base hits, but he got Nettles out, and that took care of that. Remember that tomorrow on the CBS Radio Network, Game 4 will be broadcast right here on radio with the Yankees against the Royals. Airtime 3:07 Eastern Daylight Time, 2:07 Central Time. Tomorrow, Game 4, 3:07 Eastern Daylight Time. Elliot Maddox first up, 1 for 3. He doubled home a run in the 6th inning. Tomorrow it'll be Catfish Hunter for the New York Yankees, trying for his 2nd series win. And Larry Gura will come out, try to hold the fort as it stands now for Kansas City. Royals do have one more chance here tonight. The pitch is inside to Maddox, ball 1. Littell leading the sign and going to work on Maddox. Foul ball out of play toward the right side and toward the upper deck, into the upper deck. 3 decks at Yankee Stadium. The middle deck are lower, just below press row and radio row here. Kind of a mezzanine type deck. Slider outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Big upper deck, and it goes straight up like a lot of the new parks, like the one in Anaheim, which gives everybody a clear shot at the field. Good spot, even if you are in the 3rd deck. There's a called strike. There was an unevenness in center field earlier in the year. They first landscaped this ground, re-landscaped it. Check swing tapper to the mound, picked up by Littell. He throws Maddox out. 1 away. Willie Randolph is up, and he's hitless. He's hitless in the series. 0 for 2 tonight, and 0 for 9 in the 3 games played so far. Turns some nice plays around second base, though. Turns the double play as well as anybody you can imagine. Good fielding second baseman. The pitch. Fastball blazed inside, ball 1. Yankees leading 5-3 over Kansas City. Bottom of the 8th inning, 1 out. Ground ball past the mound this time and into center field. First hit for Willie Randolph in the series. It whistled past the mound, then slowed on the grass, but not enough. And Rojas, crossing to his right, Pontek to his left, could not catch up with it. Randolph gets his first playoff hit. The third hit off Littell, and Fred Stanley is up. Stanley is popped up, grounded out, and drawn a walk. Yankees, with their 2 big innings, leading 5-3, trying for more. They have been buzzing around here ever since the 4th inning. After 3 very strong innings had been worked by Andy Hassler, the starter. Go to first base, not in time. Randolph at first, 1 out. Littell works, and it's way outside, not a pitch out. A ball. In the Royal Knights, their last chance, they will have their middle 3 up. They're the belt of their batting order: Brett, Mayberry, and McCray. Littell to Stanley, runner goes, throw to second base, and he's safe. Stolen base, Willie Randolph. The pitch to the ball, the count is 1 ball, 1 strike to Stanley. A strike, rather, and a stolen base for Randolph puts a Yankee in scoring position. Billy Martin, ever trying to get that extra edge. Never letting up. 1 ball, 1 strike to Stanley. 3-run game, though it's different from a 2-run game in any ballpark. Get a man on in a 3-run game, it still isn't enough. There it is. Fly ball, shallow right center. Coming on is the outfielder, Poquette, who makes the play and throws into Pontek. He called off Cowan, who had broken for the ball, but it was in the domain of the right fielders. Stanley flies to Poquette. 2 out. Mickey Rivers up. Rivers is 1 for 4. Infield hit in the first inning. Rivers has 3 hits and 13 times ups in this series. Takes the pitch low and outside, ball 1. Randolph with speed into his leadoff second base. Littell checks him out and throws to the plate, strikes swinging. Rivers hasn't had the ball out of the infield tonight, really. His hit was to shortstop in the first inning. Since then, he's fouled out, grounded out, and popped up. That's way over at the plate, pushing the bat. Littell kicks and throws, ground ball to second. Up with it, Rojas. Over to first, low throw, dug out by Mayberry, and that's the end of the 8th. The Yankees in the 8th inning have no runs, 1 hit. They leave 1. And at the end of 8 innings, the score is New York 5, Kansas City 3.
In a country with 2 centuries of the most exciting history on earth, can any one year stand out? Oh, yes. 1876, when the National Baseball League played its very first season, and Alexander Graham Bell made the first phone call ever, and the mountains, mining towns, and citizens of Colorado became our 30th state. And a beer was born in St. Louis, Missouri. It was brewed with only the very finest ingredients and slowly beechwood aged. Its taste, smoothness, and drinkability were, in a word, incomparable. Its fame and appeal spread quickly to all corners of the earth. It was Budweiser, and it still is today. Still beechwood aged. Still brewed proudly by people who care about quality. Budweiser, the king of beers for 100 years. Anheuser-Busch, headquarters, St. Louis, Missouri.
Well, what's new for baseball fans once the postseason game ends? That's easy, the Hot Stove League. That's always a fun time of the season to rehash trades and expansion. Talk about rookies. And what's the one thing that'll make your Hot Stove League season more assuring? Knowing that you've already made plans for your season tickets for 77. Those plans are as close as the telephone. Make a call to any club's ticket department and have your tickets set aside. Do it right away. Businesses will find their season tickets very useful for entertaining. The proceeding has been brought to you on behalf of Major League Baseball.
Sparky Lyle has been brought in by Billy Martin to work the ninth inning, figuring that Dock Ellis has thrown a lot of pitches. Maybe was tiring a little bit, stiffening up some, and he wanted the fresh arm in there, particularly to pitch to Brett and Mayberry, who are left-handed batters, and will be the first two hitters this inning. Dock Ellis went 8 innings, gave up 6 hits and 3 runs, walked 2, struck out 4, he struck out 5, and he hit a batter. And pitched a fine ball game after the rough first inning when they scored 3 runs off him. So Lyle now is 7-8 on the year with a 2.26 earned run average. Is on to work. And he is warming up right now. He'll face Brett, Mayberry, and McRae. CBS Radio Sports is bringing you the play-by-play action in the American League Championship. And there is more to come. The World Series starts October 16th. That's next Saturday. And you'll hear exclusive radio coverage, play-by-play, of the 1976 World Series right here on this CBS Radio Network station. Lyle has completed his warm-up. He is making his first appearance in this playoff series. Dick Kidrow is the only other Yankee reliever to make an appearance, and he worked in Sunday's game. First man up will be George Brett, and he is 2 for 3. Brett is now 6 for 10 in this series. He has knocked in one of the runs tonight and scored one. And Lyle is here to face it. Brett, left-handed hitter. Lays back, and Lyle pitches inside and high, ball 1. Sparky to the windup. Throws high and inside again, ball 2. Lyle was not used much in the second half of the season. Mainly, he said, and he admitted, that Grant Jackson had done a super job from the left side, along with right-hander Kidrow. High, ball 3. So he said, I haven't had much work, but I'm ready. Sparky has the good slider. That is his outfit. Ball 4. Brett walks. He's on base again for the 3rd time he's on base, and that means that Mayberry is the tying run, as will everybody be as long as the man is on here. The Yankees lead at 5 to 3. As the Royals try to do something here in the 9th inning. They're battling now. Backed up here with a 5-3 score against them in Game 3. And the prospect of going against Catfish Center with a deciding game, if that's the case, tomorrow. There's a strike to Mayberry, taking on that first pitch. John has had 1 hit in 3 trips, a single in the left center field in the first inning. Lyle works again, and there's a long drive to right field, but it hangs up. Under it is Maddox. He comes in, he's got it, and there's one away. It started out well, but it just died. And it sounded as if Mayberry may have broken his back.
I think he did break it, man. He got the wood on it, but then the wood cracked on him.
Yeah, that held it all up. It just died out there. So there's one away, as Big John was trying to tie it up right there. Now it's Hal McRae, and McRae is due. Right now, he is the only member on either team of the starting players not to have a hit in this series so far. He is 0 for 8. He did have a sacrifice fly in the first inning tonight to drive in a run. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th. He's 0 for 1 in this game. 0 for 8 on the series. Infield, a double play depth. The pitch is high, ball 1. Rocky Lyle from Reynoldsville, Pennsylvania. Originally. Foul carved back into the seats by McRae. 1 ball, 1 strike. One thing, as we told you, that Charlie Lau had said about McRae is just trying to tone him down a little and try not to have him go for the long ball too much. Just hit the way he did all year. Sends a fly ball going foul down into right field and in the crowd. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brett at first base, 1 out. Yankee bullpen has left-hander Grant Jackson, right-hander Dick Kidrow working.
Been a lot of work in those bullpens tonight, both sides.
They're all warm. They're ready to go. Everybody's been up, just about. Except Bird in the Kansas City pen. Lyle has the count his way. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hal McRae. The look toward first, and the pitch to the plate. It's high, ball 2, 2-2. McRae, a right-handed batter up there, and Tom Poquette, a left-handed batter, is on deck. It is. Foul again. McRae trying to go to the opposite field on an outside pitch. Yankees 5, Royals 3, top of the 9th. A lot was done in the 9th inning by Cincinnati Reds today. Phillips had a 2-run lead, and the Reds just overcame it. Lyle ready, pitching to McRae, and foul back. Well, 1/2 of Hal McRae's dream has come true. The Cincinnati Reds, whom he used to play for, won their side of it in the National League. What he has wanted to do was get into the World Series against them. They're the team that traded him away. The pitch. Fouled again, spoiling an outside fastball. But there's a way to go for Mr. McRae to get that. His team's got to get up on its back, from its back, and try to beat the Yankees in the playoffs. Time left. The set by Lyle. The pitch. Fly ball, right field. Back forward is Maddox. Toward the line. He's got it. 2 out. McRae did go to the opposite field, but lifted it up there. Now there'll be a pinch hitter for Poquette. David Nelson, an infielder, is going to bat for Tom Poquette. Nelson is a right-handed hitter. Nelson on the year in limited play hit .235. He was used to be very, very fast. He's been hampered by injuries. Got in 78 ball games for the Royals. Had 1 homer and 17 runs batted in. Had 4 doubles and a couple of triples. David Nelson has been around in the majors. Last team he played for, the Texas Rangers. Very likable fella, and been a valuable guy to have on all the clubs he's played with. David Nelson, the Royals down to their last out, trying to hang in there, get 1 up on the Yankees, but they trail by 2 runs. The Yankee bench. Hauser motioning Nettles at third to come in a half step. Nelson can still run. There's a ground ball hit toward third. It is a foul ball off the foot of Nelson. Runner at first is George Brett. He led the inning with a walk, but he has stayed there on 2 fly balls to right field. Nothing in 1 to pinch hitter Dave Nelson. Lyle in there trying to nail it down for Dock Ellis. He throws, and it's carved foul again. This time up into the upper deck along first base line, and a nice catch by a youngster who almost lost it but held on. Nelson has played with the Cleveland Indians. He's played with Washington Senators, when they were still in Washington in 1970, moved to Texas later. And now here. Yankee crowd roaring, sensing a win. As Lyle gets in, the count is 0-2. Here's the pitch. A ball high. Fastball upstairs, and the count is 1-2. Not only are they cheering, but they're up on their feet. There's a little pop foul, first base side, and it's going to be out of play. Chambliss gave it a good try. It was just one row past the outstretched glove of Chambliss. There's hardly any foul room after you pass first base. The foul room goes to practically nothing. A little isosceles triangle down there toward the foul line. Chambliss had no room. Crowd all up, standing. Nelson waiting for the 1-2 pitch from Sparky Lyle as the Yankees try to make it Game 3 the winner. Here it is. Foul ball back. Yankees leading 5-3 in the ninth. They have out-hit the Royals 9-6. Royals have just not, except for brief flashes on Sunday and the first inning today, done anything about mounting any consistent attack. Nelson wants time. Lyle looks down. Set. He throws. Ground foul off to the right again. Past Steve Burrows, the first base coach. A lot of foul ball. Battle. Yep. 1-on-1, Lyle and Nelson. The on-deck hitter is Cookie Rojas. Lyle again with another baseball. Comes up on top. Looks down, plants the cut of tobacco in the left cheek. Now time called by Nelson as Lyle takes too long. Davey asks for time and backs out. Crowd riding with the Yankees. Playing it for all they're worth here at Yankee Stadium II. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pause. And the pitch. Fouled again. What else? It's into the first base stands this time. Nelson just picking off those foul balls like the late Nellie Fox used to be able to. Luke Appling in the old days. Richie Ashburn. Guys who could foul balls almost at will. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lyle looks down again. Spread off first. Pitch to Nelson. Ground ball to shortstop. Stanley up. Over to second. Game's over. Yankees lead 2-1. Davey Nelson finally forces the runner Brett short to second. And in the ninth inning, for the Royals, no runs, no hits, 1 left. Final score in Game 3. The Yankees 5, the Royals 3.